What's up, everybody? Welcome to Q and Colb, the show where we talk about whatever's going on at the current moment that we record. It's been interesting to me, Cole, because I'm noticing some things in the micro and I'm noticing things in the macro, especially about the Cavs. And this is something that I think Cleveland fans love to do in general, but it seems to be heightened with the Cavs. But boy, do we love to talk about when shit wrong about the Cavs. Don't people love to fucking talk about the Cavs and shit going on? We tried to have a conversation about the Cavs when they were on a 15-game winning streak. Ain't nobody had shit to say. Nobody was, this and that. None of these interesting conversations during the season. Cavs won 64 games, and we've had more conversation in the last 2 weeks about this basketball team. And look, obviously how they got eliminated is going to lead to some discussion. But boy, the amount of stupid shit that people are just like, nah. We got to take this seriously. We must trade Darius Garland for Jalen Suggs. How do we not consider that? And it's just driving me nuts that, like, and it feels like there's a lot of people helicoptering into the conversation that maybe weren't keeping tabs of the Cavs that closely during the season and then kind of tuned in during the playoffs. And now they got all the solutions, right? Like, it's a very frustrating environment because it feels like a lot of these people making solutions for the Cavs don't really give a fuck about the Cavs, because these things, you don't make these suggestions if you think this is gonna make the team better, if you actually care. You just make them because you're like, well, we gotta change something. Let's just trade Darius Garland for a defensive shooting guard.
So I just want to point one thing out really quick before we even have the discussion. Okay, so people want to trade Darius Garland, right, for a guard who in 7 playoff games shot 40% from the field, 29% from 3, 77% from the line, averaged 15 points and 3 assists.
You know why?
Great defensively, great defensively, but
you know why? Because at least, if he plays bad offensively, we could just say, well, that's not him having a bad shooting week. That's normal for him, right? Like how the Cavs shot in the playoffs is overall the kind of numbers that Jalen Suggs puts up. Well, honestly, not even how the Cavs shoot in the playoffs. How the Cavs shot in the playoffs versus the Pacers is Jalen Suggs' regular offensive output.
Hold on. Breaking news.
Just got fired.
Tibbs is gone. Tibbs is cooked.
Yeah. I thought beating Boston might save him, but honestly, if you thought he should have been fired before that series, does anything about after that series change it? Because we were all saying here before the playoffs saying, hey, Tibbs got to go. So you beat Boston, but you might have beat Boston because, like, Boston just wasn't as good as everybody thought. 1 and 2, they did get a Jason Tatum Achilles injury, not in the middle of that series, but at the tail end of it. And then they get bounced by the Pacers, who, like, I don't know if that caught anybody off guard. It did not catch me off guard. I've been saying the Pacers are going to win the East since what, game 3?
Yeah. We kind of knew what it was when they came back in their first game. I was like, oh yeah, they're about to win the series.
By the way, I think it's worn off a little bit for the Pacers. I think they're starting to cool down, and boy, that's gonna be the wrong time. Okay, like this might be a quick one in Oklahoma City.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Like, hopefully they still got a little.
Oklahoma City looks terrifying.
Hopefully they got a little magic. Tones.
Nah, they spent all that magic getting here, dog. All that they used the series that they were going to shoot 60% for 3 in Cleveland, and then you saw it taper off at the end of that Knicks series. And now they're just going to be the Pacers going up against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see.
I mean, like, Halliburton might get you a game. Maybe if they're like, if they have any voodoo magic left, it's that none of the major players from any of the teams they have played have gotten injured. Like, that's the only thing I can imagine that would make that series closer.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. What is the first game? The first game's not tonight, is it?
I don't know. Don't they take like a week off before the finals or something like that?
Yeah, let me see. Let me see when the first finals, NBA Finals, Game 1.
June 5th.
June 5th. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Which it feels real Cavs pace. It feels real Cavs Suns Spurs right there. You know?
Okay. Cavs.
Yeah, where it's like all that magic. It is like, all right, Boobie Gibson is not shooting 6 threes this series. Like, yeah.
Johnny Bryant might end up on the Knicks.
With the coach,
the assistant coach for the Cavs.
Is that the dude? Is that the main assistant? He always be sitting next to Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's his name.
He's a finalist for the Suns job too. As long as one of the other Cavs assistant coaches. I ain't gonna lie, that feels more like that feels like a petty thing.
What, the Suns job
for the Suns owner, because he hates Dan Gilbert.
So
he's trying to poach. He's trying to poach some people from the organization.
What's the beef with him and Dan Gilbert?
It's something crazy.
It's all white guy stuff.
Yeah, billionaire beef.
It's the worst kind of beef. It's never even interesting.
Yeah, it's like
it's usually not even over large sums of money too, which you would assume billionaire beef.
Because they're both, I think they both run different loan companies.
Oh God.
And they're competitors or something like that.
Oh, that's so trash.
Because you know Dan got Rocket Mortgage, and then the Suns owner got whatever he got, and they just don't like each other.
Oh wow, yeah, this is the worst kind of beef. Let them both lose it.
Honestly, Dan is coming out on top of this. If we were just talking about basketball teams, he's winning this pretty easily right now.
This is my whole point about when people are like, we won't fix it unless we get a change in ownership or something like that. Here's my whole thing about ownership. Hey man, all these owners are garbage, and if you just sit around long enough, your owner will magically go from like the worst owner in the NBA to like, hey, he's like in the top 15. That's what Dan Gilbert has. When he put out that Comic Sans letter, he was the only dude worse than him was Donald Sterling. And there were people ranking him below Donald Sterling at that time. Now we looking at Dan, we like, hey man, it's better than pretty much what I would put him in the top 10.
Yeah, it's amazing what just like staying out of the way you can do for
literally you. If you own a basketball team and you just choose to not do shit and let the people you hired to run the company, it's amazing how that could just make you a better owner. Which is to say, ownership usually is a nuisance. Not usually, always is a nuisance. Like there's maybe 1 or 2 examples of ownership actually enhancing a team, and that was like before the NBA was this big juggernaut where you had to be a billionaire to own a team. Like it was Dr. Buss.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, but he's a basketball enthusiast, right? Like, and he still listened to Jerry West very heavily.
Because he was a basketball enthusiast.
But this is like with ownership, I always get this. If me and you decide we want to run a restaurant, right? Now, look, I don't cook. You don't cook. Do you cook?
I cook sometimes.
You cook for yourself, right? But you don't you don't venture out and make food for other folks for money.
No,
right? No. So we want to make a restaurant out here, and we want to go. Let's say we want to make some Jamaican food, right? Vegan Jamaican food, and we hire the vegan Jamaican food expert. Why the fuck would we be like, hey man, this is what you need to put on the menu? Do you got fries on the menu? That's how ownership works in the NFL. Is like they hire an expert and then they just go, all right, but this is what I want to have to be done. And it's like, of course it's not going to be well read. And it's funny because these people get rich usually off the back of the people that they hire. So they understand how this is supposed to work in order to be competent. And then they just get these NFL teams to decide, nah, dog, I'm about to be really incompetent. Like, I'm about to just decide I'm going to pick which safety we about to decide. What the fuck do you know about safety play?
No, somebody in our chat, Eric, he said, oh my God, we fired Tibbs. I didn't think we'd actually do it. Hey, bro, nothing makes a fan base happier than firing that head coach that you don't like.
That's the funniest thing. It is like, it's basketball, brother. It's not going to change much. Like,
oh, man. He's so happy.
But they probably should have fired Tibbs. I don't know who they bring in to replace him. I don't know how much it matters.
They might be Mike Malone, but
are they coming up on the apron? They feel like they got to.
I think they are coming up on the apron.
They traded like 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges.
Still have to extend them, I believe.
Yeah, so that's going to be another one. That's going to be a max, right?
Yeah. You trade 5 first-round picks. You trade 5 first-round picks. You got to give them the max.
You know you got to give them the max. Well,
you can't give up that.
They could be like, oh, well, that was the other coach that wanted that, but it's still Jalen Brunson and Mykel. Like, that's his homeboy. You can't fuck him over on the fucking price now.
And Jalen took a discount too on what he could have made.
That's never wise, by the way.
Never wise. Always take the money. Always take it.
Look, you notice we've never seen one of these discount people win a fucking ring, right? Like, oh yeah, let me tell you, Dame was taking discounts for like 10 years. What's the best they brought? DeAndre Ayton?
Something like that. Something.
Bullshit. They brought him traded for the wrong dude from Denver. like
if you're gonna be bad, if you're gonna be on a bad team, you should at least be well compensated.
Even if you're gonna be on a good team, you might as well be well compensated.
Like, always take the money.
Get the max. Get the max. It's there for a reason, for you to have it. And these owners are going to go around, save some money there, and be like, all right, let's spend this money wisely. It's usually going to be like, oh yeah, we just overpaid $2 million for a player we probably could have got for $2 million less. It never does what you want it to. In any sport, like, people will bring up Tom Brady, but I'm like, those teams were never good because Tom took a pay cut. It's because Tom is Tom.
Yeah, if Tom was making the max he could have made. Tom can make the max of what he was making. It still would be good.
Yeah, I mean, he was throwing a Julian Edelman, right?
Like, it is what it is.
And people would have signed to play with Tom for less.
Hell yeah, because we're about to win.
The money is never. It is so weird that, like, we will have this weird competing interest thing where it's like, oh, with players, we want them to take less money, but then, like, we just ignore the fact that the owner's making the same amount of money on the team regardless.
Hey, bro, listen to this. So they relieved Tom Thibodeau of his duties. Tom Thibodeau led the Knicks to their first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. Yeah. They've made the playoffs for the 5 years he's been there, and he led the Knicks to consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 90s. You know what? This is the perfect example. This is the perfect time to tell Knicks fans something. And honestly, to tell Cavs fans something too.
Oh, we about to give him the Bo Pelini speech?
No, it's not even. I don't even think it's the Bo Pelini speech. I don't even think it's that. It's just this. Hey, man, you always assume that things are always going to get better when you replace somebody. And I'm just here to let you know, life don't work out like that. Because it absolutely can get worse.
Look, the Lakers gave him a lot of this.
I'm telling you right now.
How much worse can it get? We was barely making the playoffs at the end of Kobe. Oh my God, we are starting. Who?
You think it's just gonna get better? Let me tell you something. It can get worse.
It can get so much worse.
It can get so much worse.
Yeah, look. I remember somebody making this point when Nebraska fired Bo Pelini for consistently winning 9 games, which, by the way, I don't know when the last time Nebraska won 9 games was, but it might have been since Bo Pelini that they have won 9 games. But the reason the good old days usually exist is because you thought you could do better than the good old days, right? So you made a move to move on from the good old days, and it gets worse. Hell, look, if you're a Browns fan, look at me right now. Did we think it would get this bad after we traded Baker Mayfield? Did we think we would be here?
Man.
Hey, don't underestimate
it. Was the last time the Cornhuskers won 9 games?
Was it like when Bo Pelini was still the coach?
2016, Mike Riley.
Wow, they've done it one time. Bo Pelini got fired for doing that shit 4 times.
Yeah, he legitimately got fired for winning. Okay, so like let's just listen to this, right? So Bo Pelini, 2008, right? 9-4, 10-4, 10-4, 9-4.
Oh, those are the Ndamukong Suh years that they won 10.
9-4, 9-4, 2014. They said we had enough. Now it's Mike Riley, 6-7. And then he was 9-4 in 2016. And then he was 4-8. And then 4-8 again in 2018. And then 5-7. 5-7 in 2019. No. 2018, it was Scott Frost. So Scott Frost, 4-8. 2019, 5-7. 2020, 3-5. 2021, 3-9. And then he was 1-2, got fired, and then it was Mickey Joseph. He was the interim. And that was Matt Rule, 5-7.
God, they hired Matt Rule.
And then 2024, 7-6.
Yep. With the number 1 recruit in the country.
Number 1 recruit in the country, 7-6.
Yep. That's crazy. And all that NIL money to be spending out there. Like, hey, man, sometimes your record and your results are not because you could have been better that year, but might just be the case that that's what you got. And look, with the New York Knicks, I understand why they fired Tibbs. They want to get to an NBA championship. But look, let me tell you something. With that roster, it's about the best you can hope for. Look how much shit had to go right for the New York Knicks to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And like go 6 games. Look how much shit went right.
About back-to-back comeback victories against the Celtics where they were up by like significant margins.
Karl Anthony Towns waited until the 3rd round, until the last round to embarrass you. Like, I mean, usually he do a little something earlier.
He was cooking on first 2 series to be fair to Cat.
That's what I'm saying, right? But there's usually look, if you play 3 series, Karl gonna call one of them series. That's just the odds of it. That's not even hating. There's a long track record of this. Karl gonna do some Karl Anthony Towns, and like you got the good one where it's like, hey man, you got as far as you could go without Karl Anthony Towns clowning.
I'm trying to see what he did in this Pacer series.
Not a goddamn thing, Cole.
I'm trying to see what he did in this Pacer series. See how bad it was. Let's see.
Yeah. Well,
he wasn't. You know what though? I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, 22 in the last game, 24 in the game before that, 24 in the game before that.
Plus minus in the last game. He was also minus 20 in game 1.
24 before that, 20 and then 35. Hey, I'm gonna say this though.
He put up points.
The stats wasn't bad.
Yeah,
the stats were not bad.
Because
24. Hey,
the problem with Cats.
hey, 25 and 12, 50 from the field, 37% from 3. I feel like that's a solid series. We're not gonna talk about what he did on defense, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's
you out here pointing out the things ain't the problem with Cat. Nobody's debating if Cat can play offense. Yeah, Cat can play offense. That's never been the issue, Cole. Minus 20 in the game, you lost by 5 points. Okay.
What were you doing? Because you was getting buckets. Because you was getting buckets. Like, so what happened?
He got 20 points in that game. He gave up 40, Cole. Okay. Yeah. 2 games, he got 20 and 22. He got 40 on the other side.
Like, it's crazy. You averaged 25 in the series, and you was efficient, and we was losing all your minutes. Like, dog, what happened?
Yeah. You averaged 20 and 10, and your plus minus is net negative for the series.
That's insane, dog. That's insane.
Bruh, he had 1 game still plus minus. And that was the game he helped them win, because he did do a lot to help them win in game 5.
Like, dog, what was going on? Like what? You can't guard nobody, bro. Like, you can't do nothing on defense.
Hey, man, he don't want to do nothing on defense. That's just kind of what it is, right? But yeah, I do wonder, like, for the Knicks, they think they can be better than this. But, like, realistically, I think this is what they are. But, hey, to be fair, said the exact same thing about Indiana. And now they're in the finals at least. So, like, you know, maybe in this era you could get to a finals with that team. I just don't know how much further you can get because, like, unless somebody like Minnesota come out the West, if it's the Nuggets or OKC, I don't think New York is going to beat them.
Yeah, it's weird because the roster is what the roster is, and there's no way that you can change the roster that much or in a significant way. Like, you could try to trade Cat, but like, you go trade Cat for KD, like 36-year-old, 37-year-old KD.
Yeah, it's not the KD I think of in my mind instantly.
Yeah, like, is that what you're gonna do? Like, what can you do with that roster? Which honestly is a good segue back into the Cavs because, like,
similar problems.
You know, I think
the Cavs are a deeper roster, but yeah,
a deeper roster, and I think they have a better chance of actually getting to the finals.
And the player that we're like, hey, he needs to be better for them to win the finals isn't like Karl Anthony Towns, where how old is Karl? Karl's almost 30.
He's what, 29, 28?
Yeah, like he's not up there, but he is 29, right? So he'll be 30 next year. So, like, he's not changing. Like, at least with Evan Mobley, you're like, okay, well, you know, his game could significantly evolve and just completely change the dynamic of the team. The dynamic of the New York Knicks is set, where it's like, no, you're going to be the Brunson and Cat show with some pieces around it. And that's just what that team is, right? Like, OG Anunoby is what he is at this point. I know that was their, like, oh, he has unlimited potential guy. He's fucking 30. Like, they are what they are.
Yeah, and they're not even a deep. I think the biggest issue with them is they are not a deep team at all. There's 7 guys that they play, 8 maybe. It's like 7 guys that they play, I think, on that team.
It could be deeper. Like, I think that's the thing that they can adjust right now is they can find a way to be a little deeper than they are, right? I just don't know how much depth's going to save them.
Yeah, if your best player, again, similar problem to the Cavs. If your best player is small, and people killed Becky Hammond for saying this a year ago.
She was right.
She was right. If your best player is small, you not gonna win. It gets proven.
That's just a universal rule for like all of basketball too. Like,
it's just the truth. It's the truth, bro. If your best player is a small guard, you're not going to win.
Well, I would even make because Steph's definitely not a big point guard. He does not play like a big point guard at all. Even if he is 6'3", I think the difference with Steph is just overwhelming force. Like, yeah, he was technically the best player on that team, but like there was Kevin Durant, or if we're talking about that first ring, significant injuries to that Cavs team won, and LeBron still took him 6. And also, like, Klay Thompson changes shit because he's 6'8" and could do all the big guard stuff that you need to do, right? Like, you can have the small guard, but you gotta have so much around it, and also that guard has to be so goddamn good it's unbelievable.
So Isaiah Thomas, one of the 3 best point guards ever. And then Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time.
It's like the 6-foot quarterback argument. It's like, yeah, you can play quarterback if you 6 foot. If you're one of the greatest talents we've ever seen play the position. Yeah. But like, it's not a lot of like mid 6-foot quarterbacks out there that start for 20 years.
Yeah, so we're talking Drew Brees, we're talking Russ,
Joe Montana,
and
I'm sure there's others that people will remind us of. And remember, Drew Brees is 6'4".
I mean, like back in the day, like we talking like way back in the day. Like I'm sure there's some shorter guys who won titles, but exceptions prove rules. They don't disprove them. You know what I'm saying? Like they prove rules. If you could only come up with 2 guys in all of the history of basketball who are a small guard and won titles, and honestly, you could argue it's really only been one. Because Isaiah's the only one who I would really say is small.
And like, was not just small, but like the whole team was reliant upon Isaiah's production in a way that they weren't in Golden State around Steph. Steph produced, no doubt about it. But like that whole Golden State's whole formula was like, we're so deep. We have such a good team built. Steph is our best player. He's the best 3-point shooter of all time. And if he gets hot, it's over with, right? If he can get going. But if he doesn't, we still got a bunch of other guys. Like they won 2 finals, 3 finals before Steph had a good series in the NBA finals. That's how they built it, right? Like that's what Golden State's whole philosophy on. But the idea that you're going to be a team built like New York, where like the production is solely on Jalen Brunson's back, right? For the most part, like Carl show up, and if he have a hot game, he have a hot game. But this is so much on Jalen Brunson, and there's just limitations to how far you can take it, and it's why I've always said, no disrespect to Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland, but the Cavs, even this year, I felt like for them to win a championship, it had to be a Kawhi Leonard in 2014 situation where Evan Mobley emerges as the number 1 option during the playoffs. I think there was room to let that happen, by the way. Maybe we're in a different place right now, Colb. If both the team and Evan Mobley looked at the stat sheet and said, hey, 4 need the ball. Okay. Maybe we're at a different place here. Maybe we're not talking about all these goofy ass trades if that one adjustment gets made. But the Cavs were never going to get to win a finals unless Evan Mobley was that dominant player, right? Because for whatever reason, in a game where the hoop is 10 feet in the air, being tall matters. It's a novel concept, I know, but it tends to prove itself in this time of the year. Where like what Tyrese is a big guard technically. He don't
Tyrese like 6'7"
though, right?
Yeah, like he like 6'7", and SGA is also like 6'6".
SGA is most definitely a big guard. Now, like you can have your debate about whether Tyrese plays like a big guard, which I do think there's a legitimate debate there, because Tyrese doesn't really use physicality to score. But he is super long, and he uses that to rebound and pass, and see these passing lanes at a very high level.
Okay, we lied. Tyrese is
big guard.
Tyrese is 6'5".
Yeah,
which is still big.
I think SGA is like 6'7", ain't he?
No, he's 6'6".
Okay,
6'6". So we were right about that. But yeah, Tyrese is 6'5".
Yeah, he's got James Harden size.
Yeah, but you notice how much easier it is for them to do pretty much everything on the court because they're big. They're just big, like they're big for point. They're huge for point guards.
I think I had this realization game 2 about the limitations of what you could do with Donovan, because like part of the size thing and why it does matter is when Donovan Mitchell goes to the cup in the playoffs, he's always on the floor. And it reminded me, I'm like, damn, bro, LeBron used to go that hard at the rim all the time and never end up on the floor. It's because he's too goddamn big to put on the floor.
Yeah, because he's 6'9" and 300 pounds.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay. Like that, because when you have to do that, being 6'3", whatever weight you are, and maybe like I think the big difference with the height, like one of the big differences is that you could just carry more weight and still be able to move functionally. And that's just what it is, man. Like, it's just too many advantages in basketball to being tall. That not being said that, hey, if you have two really good short players, you can't win the finals, right? But like, you have to, that's why Evan Mobley has to be the best player to win a championship. Because yeah, you can win a championship if Donovan Mitchell is your two, right? Like, absolutely. You can win a championship if Darius Garland is your point guard. I think you just need a bigger scoring threat in the playoffs, because for whatever reason, every year it pops up, it fucking matters.
My issue with the Cavs is this. I think you could get away with having one of the small guards on the team, right? It becomes increasingly difficult when you have two of them and you need them both, and you have to rely on them both. It's just hard. It just makes it that much harder. And especially in this time of the year when the best teams usually have players who are bigger and can exploit the fact that you are trotting out two smaller guards that tend to get injured pretty frequently too, on top of that.
But Donovan's been pretty healthy in the playoffs.
He's always got he's nicked up. It hasn't kept him out of the lineup, but he gets nicked up. Darius,
we highlight
injury problems
with shorter players, but yeah, Darius is an injury problem. Donovan, he has injuries that he plays through pretty well, but I don't think that. I think that's pretty not unique to what everybody else height wise is going through too during the playoffs.
Yeah, but Darius
is a bigger deal.
A legitimate problem.
I think if you have Darius and Donovan, there are ways to do it. The Cavs already don't play them on the floor at the same time that often anyways.
They stagger them.
They stagger them, right, for those reasons. There are ways to do it. I think with Darius Garland in particular, you got to have one just baseline. You got to prepare for him missing games. And you can't be so built around him that if he missed a game, you're going to look like how you did. And two, you probably want some size coming off the bench at one of those guard positions at the very least, right? Like, I think that's also it, because when the Cavs go and they take Donovan Mitchell out, it's like Max Strus, right? Or Ty Jerome. It's not really, you don't really make up for that size when you take them out the rotation or have an adjustment to go to. I think there's not a lot of restrictions on how you can win a championship as far as what you have as far as talent in the NBA. It's about how you mitigate the downsides of that. If you adjust around it, I think you could be fine. The issue is the players that they play behind these guys. Ty Jerome, who is 6'5", but not a big guard, really. Defensively, he's just not.
He can't really move. He can't even really move either, to be honest.
And I think the big issue is okay, you want somebody who can switch and be fine and not make the defense panic if they get on a wing. I'm not on the wing or on the four. Right, because a lot of what was happening to the Cavs defense versus that Pacers series was that they would switch, and it might not be on the ball, but they would get Myles Turner on Donovan Mitchell or Myles Turner on Darius Garland. So Evan has to abandon his spot and swap with Darius. And in that swap, somebody gets left open wide in the corner. Right? That's where it pops up defensively.
But this is also an issue, too, when you're talking about trying to have guys behind them that you can use to adjust to what other teams are doing in the playoffs. When two small guards are also taking up a significant portion of your cap, it makes it more difficult to do that. Which is why they're at the crossroads they're at now. It's hey, Darius is very good. He's a very good player. He is significantly better than Jalen Suggs. Can we allocate that $40 million in a way that makes the team more effective going forward?
Or Ben Simmons.
Yeah, see, you're making an argument that they probably need to make a trade. I was If we're talking about Ben Simmons.
Okay, Ben Simmons shouldn't be the only signing, right? But I think there's a way to do it. I don't look if you don't want to. The Cavs are going to have to be creative, and they're going to have to put some work in to figure out this problem. But I don't think it means that you have to trade one of them. If you aren't willing to be creative or work around this issue, then yeah, it's going to take having to trade for somebody that makes $30 million, and that means you have to get rid of Darius Garland because that's what that costs to get that up front. You're probably most likely going to have to develop whatever it is, right? That's going to be that solution for you. In the same way that Oklahoma City seems to have developed the solutions to all their fucking problems, right? Now, resources are much different in Oklahoma City than they are for Cleveland, but the point still remains, right? Like, I don't think the Cavs are going to be able to spend their way out this problem, even if they trade Darius Garland. Because if you trade Darius Garland, Colb, the thing that we're discounting is the amount of problems that will pop up now because Darius is no longer there. Because yeah, you can theoretically say like, yeah, we'll solve these problems though with the money that we save with Darius, but can you solve the problems that pop up now because of Darius with $40 million and solve the problems that were existing with Darius?
Yeah,
probably
so like,
not. Right. So
it's like a pick a struggle.
Yeah,
is what we're doing now.
Well, and it's what if you're the Cavs, there's really only one way out of this. You gotta develop your way out of this, right? Like you gotta take guys in who you see something in, and it doesn't have to be Ben Simmons, right? But it's gonna have to be something along those lines, right? And you just gotta develop them into solutions. Like it's similar to how Ty Jerome popped up. We had an issue. We were relying too much on our bench scoring with Karis LeVert. Ty Jerome pops up, solution to the issue, right? So that's what they have to do. Like, it's not a sexy answer. I know everybody wants me to say a name that you could put on a fucking thumbnail and slap on there. Everybody get excited about because we traded for all our problems. But in order for the Cavs to solve their problems from now going on, you're going to have to develop these answers. Jalen Tyson, you got to develop him into an answer for some of your problems. Like, he's got to become a better screener for sure and a more reliable three-point shooter than Isaac Okoro, so you can get rid of Isaac Okoro.
Getting rid of Isaac Okoro is happening regardless. Like, yeah, it's just time.
So I just don't know what you can get for him. Because like, if we don't think highly of him, we think higher of him than the rest of the NBA does.
Do we?
Yeah,
I think he sucks. But
there's
I mean,
people who think that's what I'm saying. You're not in the Cavs ecosystem. You're a Laker fan. You think he sucks. You wouldn't trade for him. What would you trade for Isaac Okoro?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there really an avenue to trade on? It's the who want me meme. Nobody. Listen, at 10 million, and he's not even an expiring. There's no hope to develop him into something.
You gotta hope you can finesse a team, or a team wanted Isaac. A team had wanted Isaac before.
It's so late for that.
And now they want to take him off your hands. Like you gotta hope for something like that.
It's not gonna happen.
But call the Spurs.
No, here's the thing also with the Cavs. They have a reputation for developing players. So look at this from the outside looking in. If you're a team that wants a young player and the Cavs are offering you Isaac Okoro, and you're like, damn, the Cavs seem to develop a lot of guys. They got a leap out of Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell plays better in Cleveland than he did in Utah. Look at what Evan Mobley's evolution has been like. Ty Jerome just came out of nowhere. So why the fuck would I trade for the one dude this team clearly can't develop when your development is better than mine?
Maybe we missing something. Maybe we missing something.
No, that's not how that works. We know how this works. What's the team that's known for developing? Like, if there's a team that's known for developing somebody in let's say, what's the team? The Spurs back in the day.
Yeah.
Were you trying to trade for the Spurs like castaways?
Oh no, it's Miami. Miami is the team you're looking for. Miami you're looking for.
Yeah, Miami, right? They could develop them. Well, the dude that the Miami want to trade you, you don't want that dude. like what? Like, unless it's a situation where he about to get paid and they can't do it, you don't want that dude.
It's funny because Max Strus was one of those dudes.
Well, they couldn't pay him.
It worked out. I'm about to say it kind of worked,
worked.
and it worked out for the Cavs. It kind of worked.
They could have paid him. That's a different category, right? But like when they got rid of Hassan Whiteside, something was up. Okay. Or when the Lakers were like, "Hey man, let's just get rid of Andrew Bynum." Something was up, right? The Cavs have a bit of a reputation for being able to develop these guys. Nobody's gonna want to trade for our garbage, though. Like that's the thing. I don't think Cavs fans understand that our garbage has no value because people know what we can do with garbage. To be fair, though, they did pawn off George Niang and Karis LeVert on somebody.
I'm telling you, bro.
They fired dude for doing it. And I think part of it was, why would you trade for them? It's the Cavs, bro. They got the most out of them. Like This
is what you need to understand about professional basketball general managers. And really just general managers in professional sports. They do dumb shit all the time.
But you can't rely on that dumb shit to dump Isaac. Like, if it happens, sure. But you can't go into the offseason like, we're going to get rid of Isaac. Somebody going to do it. No, you cannot count on that. Like,
listen, man. Somebody going to do something stupid. You just gotta make sure that you're there to take advantage.
Somebody might do something stupid with a player that was a little bit better than Isaac Okoro, but I don't think Isaac Okoro is enticing enough to attract such stupidity. Like, we're gonna get stupid over Isaac Okoro.
Man, you would have said the same thing about George Niang.
I can see how somebody can get stupid over Karis LeVert. And I think that's what that trade was about. Somebody got stupid over Karis LeVert, especially a team like Atlanta that has no scoring outside of Trae Young. Because that's how we got Karis LeVert pawned on us for the first time. Like, I get the Karis LeVert pawn, right? Okay, and then you had to trade DeAndre anyway. You wanted to play like they had their reasons to be pawned. But Isaac Okoro, brother, who is it going to benefit to make that move for? Like, what is anybody going to talk themselves into?
I don't have a good answer for you.
That's the problem.
Because he stinks.
Yeah, you can sell off Jared Allen. He's expiring. He's an all-star. He's a really good player. He
is not an expiring. He signed an extension.
Oh, he signed an extension. So he has 2-3 more years.
So it's his last year. This upcoming year is $20 million. The next 3 after that are 30.
That's still not that much for a start.
It's still not that much, to be completely honest with you. It's still not that much.
So I can see somebody doing that for especially in the West and you need big depth. Like, Jared Allen makes a ton of sense for you because there are so many goddamn centers in the West. like you have no shot if you don't have a big. In the East, it's a little bit like even Jared is even sellable in the East because we have seen him get played off the floor, but he doesn't get played off the floor as much as like some other guys who are much bigger than him, right? Like,
true, that's true.
And that's my concern is like you trade Jared Allen and you get a big ass big in there. It's like, hey, guess what? You gonna find out you can't play him. Okay, look, they take Mitchell Robinson off the floor so fast that these teams are just like, oh, you got Mitch out there, we're gonna play him off the fucking floor. Even Hartenstein be getting played off the floor. He can move.
Yeah, he can move.
Yeah, even then, he be like, nah, man, we gonna go. It's like Evan Mobley was like, I'm gonna go right at him, right? So it's like, it's tough, right? It's tough. But yeah, the Cavs have a tough challenge ahead of them. I think we're all looking at solutions that are in the buy themselves out of it, but it's like a Jenga tower, man. Anytime we're at that point where if you try to pull any of these bricks at the bottom, it's all gonna fall over, right? Like you gotta put some new shit on top, right? You gotta figure out, develop. You gotta really focus in on the development of Jalen Tyson and hope in year 2 he can evolve into some solutions for you. You gotta hope that Darius Garland not hope. You gotta demand that Darius Garland in the offseason packs on some muscle so he could be a little bit more durable. And then like the whole team needs to just be running routes all off season because there's no excuse for the Cavs to be this pathetic off the ball at getting off the ball. Like we cannot get a fucking inbounds because we can't separate off the ball at all. We should not be that bad at that, right? So like it's really going to be on development, player development, all the stuff that's not sexy but does help you. You need guys who are on this team right now to just be better. Like that's just really where you're at. It is not satisfying to hear, but I mean that's what it is.
My thing is this: I'm not going to say they shouldn't trade. They shouldn't trade Darius and they shouldn't trade Jarrett. My biggest issue with what I see on the internet is that all these trade ideas suck. Like they all suck. Like they're just all stupid. This is what I don't think
Cavs
people
aren't going to hit
understand.
a lick with trading Jarrett or Darius unless it's like a 3-team trade or something like that.
Like people who cover the team and support the team,
Yeah,
are advocating, demanding, one would even say, them to trade the better player in the deal and get the worst player back. That's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what you do when you just won 64 games. That's not what you do.
oh yeah.
It's just Jalen Suggs, bro. Jalen Suggs. Keep in mind, the Magic need the two things that the Magic need are one, more important than anything else, a real point guard, and two, shooting. And you just give it to him. You serve it up to him on a silver platter.
You can lose to them in a 4-5 matchup next year. And by the way, you say to Darius Garland, you be the fucking 5 seed. Okay, like
keep in mind, the Magic without a point guard have made the playoffs the last two consecutive years.
push you to 7 games.
Push you to 7.
Darius.
And you want to give them exactly what they need, and you're not even going to ask them.
They made the playoffs without,
and you're not even going to make them pay a premium to get them.
That's
like
crazy.
Jalen Suggs. That's all you want. That's all you want.
So, yeah, someone in the comments, I think it's Adam. He says it's about fit and not who's the better is. I don't know if he finished whatever comment is, but here's my point. I don't give a damn about fit. Jalen Suggs ain't helping this offense. He's making it worse. And
okay,
you know what? You know what, Curtis?
Go, Curtis. To answer your point,
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. I want to respond to Adam. Say it's not about fit. It's about fit. It's about fit and not who's the better player. Okay, I think you're right about that. Here's my issue. Not only are you getting the worst player back, you're giving away the better player, and he's a perfect fit for what they need. Perfect fit for what they need.
Here's the thing that people misunderstand about fit. When we talk about fit, we talk about it like it's just stringent. If you trade Darius Garland, your roster transforms. So now what you need is a point guard who can dribble, facilitate, and score. And you got Jalen Suggs. How the fuck is he a fit?
I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs would be a fit in addition to what the Cavs have right now. But if you have to subtract Darius Garland to trade to get Jalen Suggs, then that's not a fit. That's no longer a fit. Who the fuck is playing point guard?
Because Donovan can't do it.
He thinks if Suggs will get unlocked offensively with the Cavs. I'm like, no.
I'd rather bet on Darius Garland getting better than just betting on fucking after an injury too. Well, this was a pretty significant injury too, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Like you think Darius has injury problems? you want to trade
Jalen Suggs got one.
You got to trade for Jalen Suggs.
Like, congrats. We get
and as far as unlocking himself offensively, man, that man's father is Terrell Suggs, and he is dating Haley Van Lith. That man want to play defense and defense only. Okay, like what are we on? Well, you about to become a 20-point scorer here?
That man's dad is Terrell Suggs.
Yeah, you ain't know that?
I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
I found that out a month ago. I don't know why I was acting incredulous.
Yeah, I was about to say I had no idea.
It's just I don't understand the logic of why people want to trade Garland, who is a better player.
Somebody went on Basketball Reference. Was like, he averaged 16. That's not that different than Darius. That's what happens. That's what happens.
And you know what? No, let's look it up real quick. By the way, so people like to pull up. Let me. How many minutes did he play too? How many minutes did he play?
28.
So he averaged 16 to 28.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Darius did this year.
think Darius was at like 18.
He averaged 20. He had 20.6 in 30.
Yeah. So we want to get 4 points worse. And that doesn't even include all the other shit Darius does for the offense. Right.
And we didn't even talk about efficiency either.
Because this is I don't get how we get here. It's like, hey, Jalen Suggs would make sense to add to this team. But again, we're not talking about just adding him in a vacuum. You talk about subtracting Darius Garland. You got to factor in that you're subtracting Darius Garland into your fit calculations. But we do this cognitive dissonance thing where we're going to add Jalen Suggs. That's going to fit the problems we have and forget that you're going to have more problems pop up because you traded Darius Garland. Like, that's where I get frustrated with these conversations. Is like, y'all not even thinking about what the fuck gonna go wrong. Who's playing point guard? We gonna put Ty Jerome out there at PG because that's what we looking at. Craig Porter gonna start.
You got to force a guy who's a shooting guard to try to play point guard. It's not gonna work out.
And when he ran the offense, it didn't look good at all. It looked like it looked like a bunch of chaos.
One full court press to break the Donovan Mitchell can play point guard theory. It took one full court press. That's all it took. One full court press. And now we're not talking about that anymore. That's it. Because it exposed the fatal flaw. If you're the Cavs, you're better off trading, you're making other moves or just betting on the development. Like, hey, we're going to develop Craig Porter Jr. so he can actually play minutes in the playoffs. We're gonna get more out of Jalen Tyson next year. We're gonna get more out of Darius Garland next year. You're better off doing that and hoping that fixes your problems than like moving out a giant piece. Like the reason I think Jarrett Allen is the most movable piece on the Cavs, because I'm like, that creates the least amount of holes if you get rid of him. It still creates a lot of holes that you probably will not be able to fill, but maybe you can replace, like there's a better chance of you being able to reallocate that money in a way that makes the team better with Jarrett. It's not a guarantee. Jarrett's an all-star, right? But there's a chance there. With Darius, there's so many things that are going to become a problem for you if you trade him that the package you have to get back has to be insane.
Basically, like that's where you're at. That's where you're at with this.
You're not getting an insane package for Darius Garland.
I won't say you won't get an insane package, but it has to be something that's obvious that presents itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it won't happen, but the way I look at it right now, it's probably not out there.
If you don't feel the way you felt when you found out the Browns got the extra first and the second for Jacksonville on draft day, where you're like, damn, ooh, I don't know though. Like if you don't have that feeling when they make that trade, then yeah, it's probably not gonna work out.
Nah, I'll be real. You gotta feel how I.
No, it's never gonna feel like a Luka heist.
With the Luka heist.
No,
it's kind of simple because Anthony Davis not no slouch, but he ain't Luka. Like, all NBA, like all-star, all NBA, top 75 player of all time.
Darius is not first team all NBA good, right? Like it would have to be, you would have to get back somebody like trading Darius would have to somehow end up with Giannis on the team.
I wouldn't even say you have to get that. You have to get that level of return, but it got to be like, you know what?
The worst player that could be in, like if you were the Cavs and you traded Darius Garland, who's the worst player you could get in return and you'd be happy with?
My guy Saban was getting mad because he said that we wasn't talking about the Pelicans, but the answer to your question would definitely be Trey Murphy.
That's really we gonna dip the Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy is good.
I don't watch a ton of Pelicans basketball, so maybe
Trey Murphy is very good.
Oh, okay. I just looked at the stat line.
Trey Murphy is extremely good.
So what? Trey Murphy is the worst player you could get back in a trade that involved.
If the Pelicans were like, "Hey,
Darius and DeAndre Hunter for Trey Murphy. Would you do it?
Wait, say it again.
Darius and DeAndre Hunter for Trey Murphy.
Nah, because like we got to talk about salaries at that point, and they can't aggregate salaries, so the Cavs can't.
Let's just imagine that shit matches. We just talk about level of player.
They got to send some more back along with Trey, but I'm rolling.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a gauge on how you feel about the player. You know,
Trey is. Let me tell you something. Trey is crazy. He's crazy, dog. Like he's nuts. Actually.
Now, why if he only played like 50 games a season?
He usually gets but he gets nicked up. But another thing you have to factor in with like the New Orleans thing, they have the worst medical staff in the NBA because they have they share a medical staff with the Saints.
Ooh, torn labrum at the end of this year.
Yeah. Like, so I'd be like a kind of dubious about that. It's like, hey, if you just get them out of New Orleans, maybe they avoid some of this stuff.
Yeah. Still got to figure out who's gonna play point guard.
Yeah, you would have to ask for like, at a minimum, you have to get Jose Alvarado back. Because you got to have somebody. You got to have somebody to play point guard on this team.
Jose Alvarado started those for you at point guard.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, we taking major risks.
Contender, like that's like you could get away with that shit when you got Braun, but goddamn, like we ain't got Braun.
It's a risk. Let me tell you something. It is a risk.
Bro, if you ever want to figure out how great Braun is, look at some of those point guards he took to the finals.
Eric Snow,
Boobin Gibson. What? I think what's his name? Mo Williams is on the high end, right? Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers. I don't know what they did outside of Heat jersey.
Hey, trading Darius and getting Jose Alvarado back, who is shorter than Darius.
To put in the starting lineup.
But shorter than Darius, but also significantly better defender. Like his
we'll see. You got to start him. I feel like the cracks will start to show.
His defensive metrics, like his advanced ones, prior to this year, when like everything fell apart for the Pelicans, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he plays more minutes on a championship contender, where teams are acting like, no, we got to crack him. They'll crack him.
Yeah, it's not a great solution. It's not a great solution. It's not a great solution.
Because like so many of their point guards are just scorers, man. Like that's
somebody
like
said.
I'm looking at their roster right now. It's like what DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray ruptured his Achilles this year, so you definitely don't want him.
You don't want that back.
Yeah, that's not.
You know anything about Bruce Brown? Is he an effective player for the Pelicans?
I have no idea.
Okay. And I know Elfrid Payton was out the league before he signed with the Pelicans.
Yeah. So the Cavs still definitely gonna have a point guard problem.
Which, by the way, future Cav Elfrid Payton. That's gonna be a layup signing for him.
How old is Elfrid Payton actually?
Not even that old, man.
I feel like he can't be that old.
No, he's 30.
He's 30?
Yeah, he was on Charlotte's roster this year. He got cut from New Orleans and then he was on Charlotte roster.
Man, he shot 32% from the field.
Yeah, it's so bad, man. It's so bad.
Man, I feel like he wasn't that. I feel like he wasn't that bad. He just could never shoot. He could never shoot.
I remember Jalen Rose, the most old head comment I ever heard him say. He was like, he has to cut his hair because that's why he can't shoot. Because the hair that was back when he had the hair that was like over him like a brim of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it's like trying to shoot with the hat on. I was like, Jalen, that's not why he can't shoot.
He averaged 8 assists with the Pelicans.
Yeah. I mean, he's a facilitator and a defender.
Yeah, but man, he can't score at all.
It's like, Lord. What if Javonte Green could like stay on the floor longer because he could do point guard shit?
Man, he just felt like his efficiency, like his field goal percentage just like fell off a cliff, dog. It just fell off a cliff. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Great, that finishing, stop finishing. That's what happened. You can't finish no more.
He's just straight up like it just damn.
But yeah, that's what the Cavs are gonna have to focus on. It's not going like the odds of a big deal coming in and solving your problems, not really likely. It's really gonna rely on developing some of your summer league, G League guys, and getting more out the current roster. Or like, maybe you get a hot season from some dude you signed, on a minimum. Or you get a player who's better than a minimum, slightly better than a minimum to sign for the minimum, and then you get the most out of them, right? Like you really got to lean on Kenny Atkinson in the development team this offseason. That's going to be what gets you over the hump. Because the trades that could get you over the hump just aren't going to be there for them. Because the Cavs are in that place where they're kind of too good to be out here just doing bullshit.
With that being said, if the Pelicans offer you Trey Murphy, you take that.
But why in the world would they offer us Trey Murphy?
They trying to blow that team up, the whole team up. They got a new GM.
Young, ain't he?
Yeah, they got a new GM. Joe Dumars don't care. Talking about GM,
a young player to advance his timeline forward to get Darius Garland.
Hey, talking about GMs that you can finesse.
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars. Yeah,
but Darius Garland ain't from fucking France, dog. Like that's not what he fought for. Okay,
listen, make the call, Kobe.
Bruh, no. Like unless Darius Garland can speak Russian, he not about to do it. Like that's not how that goes. You ain't got a type in that. Yeah, look at Joe Dumars' history. Ain't he Darko? He was Darko pilled for so long. That was Darko.
Yeah, I think that was Darko.
He saw Carmelo Anthony work out and was like, it ain't no Darko. Legit quote from Joe Dumars. Hey, man. He not looking for no goddamn Darius Garland. Okay.
It's always hilarious when you remember that they took Darko.
And that it was Joe Dumars that took him. Did Joe Dumars ever lead personnel in New York? I'm trying to see something.
I don't know.
He's been some places and they've been dubious stops. Yes. Where was he as an executive? This is his player bio. Is an executive. He won executive of the year he took Darko. That's crazy. They didn't even know it was after. He won it for the 03 season. Took Darko the next year.
Man, I'm looking at Detroit Piston draft history.
Oh. Yeah, he was a special advisor to the Kings.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, and what do the Kings have on their roster, Cole?
Stuff.
No. What kind of last names you be seeing when you watch the Kings play?
I mean, they got Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Keegan Murray.
They traded Tyrese Halliburton for a bunch of foreign dudes.
Oh, okay. Sabonis and all of them, yeah.
Bogdan. Yeah. Joe Dumars has a type. Let me tell you this. He wanted to trade Luka.
Hey man, they took Carlos Delfino. In that same draft, they took Darko, and Carlos played more minutes and had a better career.
Joe Dumars one of them dudes to be like that. Hey, you ball don't teach these people how to have good hustle. Like, I bet Joe Dumars don't fuck with these domestic players, bro. Like, he would no chance in hell would he ever draft Anthony Edwards.
Dog. Then in 2005, they took Amir Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They took Jason Maxiell in the first round.
That kind of worked out for him.
Amir had the better career.
Maxiell was more useful for him.
Let's see. They took Aaron Aflalo. Aaron Aflalo was cold though.
Not for them, but yeah, he was good.
He was good. He was good for Denver. It was
what? Sure. It was what? They were also the original not Halliburton. Tobias Harris team.
Man, they took Rodney Stuckey. They took Rodney Stuckey in the first round of 2007.
They were the Chris Middleton team too, right? They drafted Chris Middleton originally.
They did draft Chris Middleton. See who else did they take? Remember Greg Monroe? Damn.
Monroe Peppers. They keep him or Andre Drummond. I think Andre Drummond was in there.
Andre Drummond, 2012.
Yeah.
I forgot they're the ones who took KCP.
Were they Brandon Knight too?
They were Brandon Knight, yes.
Yes. And then I think the one that got him fired might have been Stanley Johnson.
I was about to say Stanley Johnson, 2015.
Yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie, 2014.
They drafted a lot of players they never developed.
Luke Kennard, Bruce Brown. I forgot he was on the Pistons too.
Like so many of the Pistons drafts in like the early 2010s are just filled with guys they never developed.
Yeah, it got bad. Sekou Doumbouya.
Yeah.
And then Killian Hayes back to back. And then they got Cade, and it got better.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need draft and development to get you Cade. Right? Like,
Cade, Jaden Ivey,
unanimous.
Asar, and then Ron Holly. Yeah, things got better.
Yeah, they got Joe Dumars out the paint in 2014, though.
Yeah.
He was in Sacramento 1922 as a special advisor to the general manager of the Sacramento Kings. And I believe that's when they traded Tyrese. So, yeah, man. That to say, I don't think Joe Dumars is going to do all that for no Darius Garland. Maybe if we lie him about Ty Jerome, he might do something for Ty, but we can't even trade Ty because he's not under contract. Maybe we tell him Dean Wade's from Europe.
Think you believe it? What country we gotta say? What country we gotta say D Wade from?
He from Spain, brother.
Wade?
Wade.
Like, Being Croatia. We gotta say he's from Croatia or something.
Nah, he ain't gonna believe Croatia.
We gotta pick a country. We gotta pick a country D's from.
Bro, England. Like, the UK. He from the UK. You're not about to pay. When have you ever seen a Croatian dude with the last name Wade?
I'm trying to figure something out.
Like, nah, man, ain't that out there where like Jokic from?
Nah, Jokic is from Serbia.
Croatia. Who's Croatian?
I don't even know if there's any
like
Croatian
those are
players.
Long last names with Z's in them and shit. Like, nah, because Z was from Lithuania.
Hey, he even said,
you ain't gonna be
Dean Waitich. Dean Waitich from Yugoslavia.
He's Italian. No, he's Italian. Dean, no way. Okay.
Oh, Zubac is from Croatia.
Something else.
From Croatia,
yeah, man, Zubac. Like a lot of Z's, dog. You gotta be Zine Wade. Okay. Like,
I'm so mad we gave Zubac away too. So mad about that.
Hey, the funniest thing, Magic Johnson, the year after he made that trade, was on First Take trying to do a victory lap over trading him. He was like, hey, is Zubac a productive player for them right now? How many minutes did he have? And every time I look at Zubac, I think of Magic just making an ass of himself that 2 years. Woo.
Come on, Magic.
Yo, legit one of the worst basketball executives ever. Like Lonzo Ball, number 1 overall, 2 overall.
Number two. Don't do that.
De'Aaron Fox. Who's number 1 in that draft? Was that the fucking Markelle Fultz year?
I'm about to say that was Markelle.
Oh God.
Jason Tatum went 3rd.
Didn't even think about Jason Tatum, who wanted to be like Kobe. Like,
I'm about to say the Kobe stand didn't even consider.
Nah. Nah.
Oh, that hurt.
So ball, baby.
That hurt. It hurt, man. It hurt.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We really could have picked the Kobe stand who's 6'8", wants to play exactly like Kobe.
You were about to let Kobe go, right? Like, that was at the end of Kobe too, right?
Yeah.
But no, that was well after Kobe.
Yeah.
Because Kobe never played with no goddamn Lonzo Ball. Yeah, you could have just end with the old. Imagine the Kobe tributes with Jason Tatum on the team. You know, he would have went crazy.
Man, it would have changed everything if Jason Tatum
he would have shaved his hair. People would love Jason Tatum. Like, think about it. There's a timeline that exists where Jason Tatum is on the Lakers and he is a beloved figure in the NBA and the undoubted face of the NBA.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't tear his Achilles.
I don't know about that. That's kind
of. It probably doesn't. That just seemed too right. Like, you know what shit to seem too right? Like, yeah, Lakers probably they had Lucas still and Braun with Jason Tatum.
Oh, they would have traded JT when they got AD.
No, they would have waited for the deal.
Yeah, man, it would have worked out. It would have worked out. We would have been unstoppable.
I bet Magic had shit to say too about Jason Tatum. Like, I bet if you go back, you talk to his executives at the time, it was like Magic was 100% never going to take no Jason Tatum. He wanted too bad. Yeah. Now he's on the Celtics. Won them a championship, and it's more recent than your last one. Cool. That worked out, Magic.
It's cool. They ain't gonna win another one for a while.
Hey, look, are you?
Yeah, we got Luka. We good.
I don't know, man, because like right now, Oklahoma City here, and we just waiting for them to figure it out with Wemby.
I'll do. I think we
do. Everybody got like 3 years until that turns into what we know it's going to be.
Everybody just keeps assuming that Wemby is going to be. Huh? Why we keep assuming that the Spurs going to figure it out?
They will eventually. Look. I don't have faith in the Spurs to figure it out. Here's what I have faith in. Wemby gonna figure that out, right? It wasn't the Cavs that figured out Braun, right? Wemby gonna figure that out. He's 7'4", he could dribble, pass, and shoot, and he can play defense at a high level, and he got a clip from 3. Yeah, he gonna figure that shit out.
We gonna see, man. I'm not convinced. Yeah,
I am. Okay. we're like, I feel like the whole NBA, we're talking about this like boogeyman list era of the NBA. It's got 2-3 years left. Boogeyman coming.
The Spurs got to show me. They're gonna figure it out. Hey, but they could also trade for Giannis and then everything's over.
Like, it ain't gonna take much. But all I know is when I watch Chet play, I'm like, damn, Wemby's great. Because he's so much better than Chet.
Yeah, but if they trade for Giannis in a month, I'll be a little upset.
Yeah, look, we all biding our time. Look, this is why I'm like, the sense of urgency, with the solutions for the Cavs don't match what the urgency could be for them, because like it's like you got 2 years before boogeyman start to emerge. So there's gonna be a boogeyman eventually. Either Oklahoma City's gonna turn into a super team, or Wemby gonna become one of those dudes that you can't get past, right? Like, and that's gonna take like 4 or 5 years. But
how funny would it be? How funny would it be if the Pacers actually win the finals?
The Pacers?
How funny would that be if they actually won?
Honestly, I would be inspired by that, because I'm like, hey, bro, if they could do it, we could get hot at the right time too, because their roster has just as many holes.
I'm not gonna lie, that would look so bad for OKC.
Hey man, it would not be us.
That would look so bad for OKC if they don't win that championship.
Look, it would take a lot of the pressure off Cleveland. How did that happen to you? Ask OKC, they had a better record than us. Can't say shit to that. Now they're gonna talk about Oklahoma City. But again, Oklahoma City's one injury away from not being favored in that series.
We'll see.
If SGA has to miss 2 games in that series, it can swing.
Oh yeah, if he has to miss any time, the Pacers are gonna win.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anytime. They might be able to survive a game without him.
It's the finals, bro. You ain't trying to give games away. Weird stuff be happening.
No. I'm saying they could win a game like magically without SGA in the lineup. Especially if it's at home, yeah, they can survive it. 2 games, they're gonna drop one. That's what I'm saying. Right? It might not cost him a game if he misses one because bullshit happens in the playoffs, right? You just gotta accept it, right? Like Ron Artest gets a putback dunk type bullshit, right? Like it's just shit happens in the playoffs, man. Like, so yeah, Jalen Williams gets 30 or something like that. You know, bullshit can happen for 1 game. 2 games, that's a little bit more of a tough ask. 3 games, oh, you cooked, right? Like
you said, Ron Artest gets it was a putback layup, by the way.
It was some bullshit. Like, and look, I'm not saying that to deny that championship. It's also this. Every championship has some bullshit. The Cavs championship in 2016. Oh, there's so much bullshit that happened to make that go down the way it needed to. So just Steph Curry just turns into fucking Iceman Ice in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That shouldn't happen. Like
Draymond looking like the second coming of
Draymond kicking LeBron in the nuts for no reason. Spurring a 3-1 comeback.
Hey, listen, that's just what he was on that year, to be honest. That's just what he was on.
Hey, and look, him also being at the point to where he had enough points to where that flagrant was going to get him suspended for a game. It was some bullshit. Let's be real. It was some bullshit that just went our way. Right? Because if we lost the finals like that, we'd be calling it bullshit too. And everybody complains about the finals they lost. It's some bullshit. Why? Because there's always some bullshit why you lose the finals. That's what the finals is for. It's that close. Like you probably gonna lose it on some bullshit. Every 6-game finals, somebody feel like they lost on some bullshit. Like maybe in some finals that went to 6, and then the fan base that lost is like, nah, we just lost. It's like never gonna happen. Think about how many finals has the Lakers lost in 6 games.
They lost in 5 to the Pistons, and they lost in 6 to the Celtics in 08.
What do you feel about that 08 finals?
If we just had Biden, man.
It's always something, right?
Biden was hurt. I believe Ariza was hurt too. It changed everything.
It changed everything, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's always gonna be some bullshit, right? Like
changed everything, man.
Mm-hmm,
changed everything.
Yeah. If FCA misses 2 games, then that's going to change the dynamic of that series. 1 game though, you might get some bullshit to help you out. Right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of just what the playoffs is, right? And I think a lot of us want to like come up with these solutions to feel better, but at the end of the day, you just got to submit to the fact that there's just going to be some bullshit in the playoffs, and sometimes that bullshit is positive bullshit, and sometimes that bullshit is, hey, bruh, Donovan Mitchell shooting 23% from 3. Can't do nothing with it. Like, that's just how it goes. We can't plan our way out of playoff bullshit. You just gotta hope it goes your way. Meanwhile, bullshit on the other end, Deb Hart goes 7 of 9 from 3. Okay, like what? It just is what it is, man. You can't plan for it. You can't plan for it.
It is what it is.
And this is why when LeBron goes to 8 straight finals, that's some of the most impressive shit you ever seen. Because you know how much bullshit he had to just be better than? And we just forgot. Like, I'm sure there are like countless series in Miami where Dwayne Wade was ass and we don't even remember it. Or Chris Bosh was just not productive. And it's like, well, Bron got 40. Like, didn't fucking matter. Like,
about to have me going back and looking at Chris Bosh's career.
Brother, did Rodney Hood see an NBA Finals because
he
of
did.
Bron?
He did.
Hey,
he absolutely did.
Yes.
Hey, bro, Chris Bosh was cold, dog.
Chris Bosh was amazing. People underrate him.
Chris Bosh was cold, bro.
The way he transformed his game to fit with LeBron and D Wade, people use that against him. But I remember watching that shit in real time, and I remember thinking like Chris Bosh was the most annoying player of the big three. Because you'd be doing fine against Bron and Wade, and then Chris Bosh start getting blocks. Remember how important Birdman was to them Heat teams?
Bro, he was an 11-time All-Star, dog.
Yeah. Well, like Hall of Famer, no doubt.
11-time All-Star. Only made one All-NBA team, though, which is kind of crazy.
It's nuts. Well, him and Evan are already tied with all NBA teams, or is that first team All NBA?
No, they're tied.
That's crazy.
Because he only made second team.
Low-key, Evans kind of already lived up to his draft selection.
Because if you really think about it, okay, so he made 11 All-Stars, right? He made all NBA second team once. He obviously was a 2-time champion, and then he made an all-rookie team. So Evans been first team all defense twice. He won Defensive Player of the Year. He made his first All-Star team, and has made his first All-NBA team. He was second team. So like he already ahead on Chris on some stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, Evans gonna be one of the ones where the draft comp's not gonna matter anymore.
like he ahead of Chris. Like we'll see if he gets 11 All-Star appearances, but
yeah, that's hard to get to, right? But Evans gonna be one of the players. I wonder how long until we get a player gets comp to Evan Mobley coming out the draft. I don't think we're far off from that.
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
I think we're like 2-3 years away from it. I think a whole lot of this season, and look, if you really want the answer to what the Cavs can be to make the leap next year, it's all fucking Evan Mobley. Like, there is no trade that is going to make you a better basketball team than Evan Mobley getting you 25 and like putting up 5 shots in the fourth quarter every game.
Yeah, like that's where he has to be.
Yeah. Like, if that happens, all this other bullshit that we're complaining about, it matters so much less.
Yeah, like, Evan's got to be at least like a 22 to 25 game guy soon.
Yeah. If we get to the playoffs and Evan Mobley is ball, get a bucket, okay, we fine. Like, I'm not worried about it. We might be able to live through the bullshit this year. But yeah, that's my thing. Is it's not a sexy answer, and I don't think it's a satisfying one, but it is the truth. Nothing's going to make the Cavs better than just the players on the team being better, right? Like, there's not a trade. Like,
hey, Peter said 11-time All-Star with one All-NBA team is insane. Unfortunately for Chris, he played during the time when like Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett and Amari Stoudemire. He played. Terra Nova said he's like he had the misfortune. He had the misfortune of his prime being in the demon era of force.
Paul Gasol, right? Like, we don't.
Man, Powell, low key.
Zebo.
Damn, I forgot about Zebo.
Oh, there's no space. There's no fucking space.
Like, Powell, 4-time All-NBA. Only a 6-time All-Star before All-NBA teams in there.
Yeah, it's like when you go through Kobe, you're like, man, Kobe only won one MVP, and there's like 2 in there. You could be like, that was some bullshit, but the rest are like LeBron having the greatest season you've ever seen.
Yeah, Powell made All-NBA second team twice, and then third team twice.
Yeah.
Man, hold on. I'm about to go through. I wonder what Amari was doing. Hold on.
I don't think Amari was making All-NBA first teams at that point.
Amari Stoudemire, 5-time All-NBA.
Ooh, he's a little overrated. Okay, like, damn.
Hold on. And All-NBA second team 4 times. All-NBA first team once. That was 2007 when he
that
made
had
first
to be
team.
the year that the Suns were just on fire.
Yeah, I think 2007.
Yes.
He was averaging not even 20 and 10. It was 20 and 9.
So he's also in a competing category with forwards too, like so any forward. Like, Yeah, it's
You don't
just
even.
tough.
I mean, you know what Tim was doing, so it's like,
Yeah, what
yeah,
Tim?
there was nothing he could do about that one.
Yeah, well, he came into the league when Shaq was still dominant for like 3 years when he was in the league. Then Tim, the peak of Kevin Garnett. We forgot Jermaine O'Neal was on one of them all teams too.
Yeah, KG was making hella first teams.
LaMarcus Aldridge, I forgot about him.
Oh, what was LaMarcus doing? How many All NBA teams? Five-time All NBA.
It's tough. Blake Griffin. Like,
Yeah,
where
Blake
the fuck
definitely made some.
Yeah, Blake Griffin, second team, 2011.
Hold on, what else?
Now, David Lee made one over Chris Bosh in 2012-13.
No, you lying. You lying.
I'm dead ass serious.
David Lee was cold, low key though.
Nah, it still doesn't.
He was cold. Don't do that. Don't do that. He was cold.
We forgot one giant name that really made it, so he was never gonna make all NBA team. Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh yeah, Dirk.
Ooh. There was no Kevin Love, fat Kevin Love.
Dirk, 12-time All NBA. Ooh, yeah, Dirk was
Kevin
cooking.
Love. Remember that one, right? That was going on at that time. Yeah. Just an awful time. Draymond, how many All NBA teams did Draymond make? Because he popped up right when that era ended.
Ooh, I know Draymond got him beat too. Yep, 2-time All NBA.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, it was a nasty era. Yeah,
he just ain't have it, man. He just ain't have it.
I remember when I compared like Asia's game to LaMarcus Aldridge's game, and people were like, that's an insult. She the best player in the league. I'm like, look, man, LaMarcus Aldridge was cold. Okay, like y'all are forgetting what LaMarcus Aldridge was out here doing. Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge, what, 5-time All NBA, you said? 7-time All-Star? Woo. Now, obviously, Asia is more accomplished in her sport, in her league than LaMarcus was, but I mean, the game looks similar.
Man.
But yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know how we got to Chris Bosh. But yeah, the point is, it was tough for Chris Bosh, and we just got fucking lost, y'all. The Cavs, look, man, at the end of the day, Evan Mobley's really, really good. And the Cavs only hope, right? We are Princess Leia talking to R2D2. Help us, Evan Mobley. Your evolution in the fourth quarter is our only hope. That's what the Cavs' chance to win the finals is. Is Evan Mobley gonna get the ball in the fourth quarter and start yamming on motherfuckers? That's the only thing that we got left to navigate into. Because yeah, Darius could get a little bigger. He could be less of a liability defensively. He could be better off the ball. All that stuff can happen. That alone is not going to get you to an NBA Finals. You could trade for Jalen Suggs for free, and it still ain't going to get you to no goddamn NBA Finals. Because who knows how many minutes we can actually play Jalen Suggs on this roster. The thing that's going to get you to an NBA Finals, the thing that's going to actually make teams start to fear you, is if Evan Mobley starts making that leap. And he's already made a ton of leaps over this last year. Right?
Someone called him Evan Marnett.
Because there have been moments where you watch Evan Mobley, you're like, that's KG. That's KG. And if he gives you a whole season of that, if Evan Mobley is in the MVP conversation, that's the only thing that can save us.
Evan Marnett is a fire nickname if he actually becomes that dude.
The slim ticket.
Oh man,
I like Slim Duncan, but he don't play like Duncan at all.
Evan
act like that, Tim.
Evan Marnett it's just such a good play on words.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, like. Wait, am I allowed to say Tyrese Halliburton's nickname?
What is his nickname? Type it in the chat. Type it in the private chat.
Type it in the private chat.
Yeah. We got to screen this. No.
We can't say that. We can't say that one.
But the brother is a terrorist. Like that is a good one. That is a good one. We're gonna have to file that under the Fidel Castro of we can't use that.
We can't use that one.
No, we can't use that. We cannot use that one.
And it's such a fire nickname too. It's such a fire one.
Bro, Carlos Boozer got an all NBA selection in 2008.
Yeah. Them Utah Jazz teams was cold.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot about his Utah era. That was his best era.
Yeah.
He's the one dude who chose to be in Utah, wasn't he?
Pretty much.
He left the Cavs for fucking Utah.
You left the Cavs for Utah. Ain't that crazy?
That's why karma gave us Donovan Mitchell.
I was about to say, came back full circle.
Yeah, all right, let's get it back.
Came back full circle.
Carlos Boozer and LeBron in 08.
Man, they still would have lost, to be clear. But
in
it would have been way. And you talking about 07?
07, they would have lost, no doubt. No.
But I was about to say, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They 100%
08,
lost.
09.
He would have helped. Definitely would have helped.
I think you probably are able to manage the magic better.
Let me see what Carlos did. Carlos was actually really good.
He was a bucket getter. So I remember we were coping at the time, being like, Drew Gooden's just as good. No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was averaging like 20.
16-9 for his career, man.
He came in 07, 08, back-to-back years. He had 20 points and 10. It was 20 and 10.
Yeah. He only made 2 All-Star teams. That's kind of crazy to me.
He finished 9th in MVP voting in 06, 07.
Okay. 20 and 12. Damn.
Yeah, I feel like we would be living in a different timeline if he stayed in Cleveland.
Man, he averaged 19 and 11 and didn't make the All-Star team. Hey, the NBA back in the day was crazy, dog. Like
that was back when everybody was drafting big super early. Like,
man, the NBA back in the day was crazy. Like you be putting up stats and wouldn't even sniff an All-Star team.
Now, I know what else is crazy about. Look at some of these field goal percentage. Well, not for Carlos Boozer. His field goal percentages are pretty good. But look at some of the field goal percentages of the guards that were also making the All-NBA team. He was like, it's a different world.
Way different world.
Rudy Gay was was this close to being an All-Star. He was like 40% from the floor one year. I was like, damn.
Hey, bro. Zach Randolph with the rare made the All-NBA team, but didn't make the All-Star team that year.
Yeah, it's funny because people will still talk about LeBron like he didn't play in this era, but it was a real physical era.
It really was. It really was.
Like, truly, in that era, you could not have a small guard and win the finals.
Hey, I decided to look up Zach Randolph's stats.
Oh, they're ridiculous.
Dog. Hey, dog, he had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know who has better stats than you remember?
7 20-point per game seasons.
Yes.
From Zebo. Zebo was cold.
Oh, another guy that didn't make an All-NBA team, I think, ever in his career, but you could argue had some All-NBA caliber seasons. Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, yeah. She was cold. Don't care what nobody say. He never made an All-NBA team?
Nope. Yep.
Four-time All-Star. Four-time All-Star, yeah.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year. No All-NBA selections. And I don't believe it was even a controversy.
He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, no. 16th and 13th in voting. Yeah, so 4-time All-Star, 2004 NBA champion. That's all he has for his career.
Man.
And he was like one of the main figures of that era. Like he was not like one of the top guys, but he was definitely like in that second level.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. I guaranteed. Remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
They were like undefeated every time he guaranteed until LeBron. LeBron broke all of that. He is a victim of LeBron James, like more than anybody.
I did not know one of his nicknames was 30-30.
It wasn't. They be having fake ass nicknames on Basketball Reference.
I was like, I did not know he was called. We called him Sheed, but I didn't know he was called him 30-30.
He was on the Jailblazers.
Yes, he was. Somebody said Brandon Roy, man. Brandon Roy, one of my all-time what-ifs in NBA.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
B-Roy, a.k.a. Baby Kobe. Man.
By the way, career field goal percentage for Rasheed Wallace, 46%. Like,
same with Brandon Roy.
It's like, oh.
Man, B-Roy was all NBA second. He barely, man, his career was so short, bro. His career was so short.
I was like watching the NBA at that time, and I barely remember Brandon Roy's career.
Man, 07, 08, 08, 07, 08, 08, 09, and then 9, 10. Those are his all-star years. And then he got hurt the next year, and then he retired briefly, and then he played in 12, 13, and then he was just done.
It's crazy.
Man, he was so cold, dog. It's just crazy how it works out like that, man.
By the way, the Pacers have shot 50% from the floor in the playoffs.
Cooking.
That is by far the highest of any team in the NBA. 50% from the floor.
I'm trying to think of like other players.
The Thunder are shooting 46% from the floor.
Are there any other players?
The same percentage for the floor, shot the same percentage of the floor in the playoffs as the Thunder.
What they shoot from three?
Well, 36%. That's better than Thunder. Thunder at 33.
Damn.
Yeah.
They just went cold at they went super cold at the wrong time.
Like, it's fascinating watching people be like, what's going on? Why did the Pacers win? Like they're shooting the best from 3-point percentage of any team in the playoffs this year and the best from the floor of any team for the playoffs this year. That's the math. They're averaging 117 points. You know, the only team that averaged more points than them. You want to know who that was, Colb, right?
Who?
The goddamn Cavaliers at 119.
Hey, that Miami series was that Miami series is juicing them numbers.
Brother. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they was smoking the heat, bro.
The only team that averaged, and here's the main point of this: the only team that averaged more points than the Pacers is a team that beat their first round opponent by the most we've ever seen, and that got them ahead of it. That's how good the fucking Pacers have been, inexplicably so. like they are a good team, but damn, like,
okay, bro.
They are shooting better than 264 plus win teams right now.
Yeah, that series is going to be interesting. I think OKC is going to win. OKC is going to win. I'm pretty sure. Is they're like assuming that everybody stays healthy. But yeah. I still think I give the Pacers a chance to because you got to give them a chance. You got to give them a chance.
No doubt. You got to give the Pacers a chance. It's just like, are the Pacers tapering off heat-wise, right? Like, are they going to still be as hot as they were? That's my big thing with them. It's like I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them, and I know how this could sound disrespectful, but a lot of the Pacers' successes, they are abnormally hot from a lot of different players right now. And if that dips a little bit, it's going to become very apparent that the Pacers are a different caliber team on average than the Thunder.
So Apache in our comments, he's a Thunder fan, clearly. He said Siakam being the best scorer is not scary to me, to be honest, because we have to deal with Jokic and J.A. Murray and etc. I'm going to tell you something about the Pacers. They shouldn't scare you on paper. They're not scary on paper.
No, it's
really
not
not.
like they don't have one guy who's. It's gonna be like Myles Turner just makes 8 threes one fucking game.
It's some weird shit going on with that team, bro. Like it's
I'm glad that you were with me on this because I felt so alone.
It's some crazy shit.
When I was like, bro, is nobody else watching this bullshit? They're just risers. No, this is not just rising. This is some bullshit.
This is some crazy shit going on with this team. Like you should feel confident, but if y'all get up 20 in that first game,
brother, Nembhard is shooting 50% from 3 still.
Like it's some bullshit going on, bro.
28% on average.
I'm telling you, Apache, I'm telling you right now, that first game, if the Thunder get up by a lot, you should be worried.
I'm talking about the Pacers have cooled down a little bit. They went from shooting 50% from 3 to 42.
Which is still would have led like the regular season.
They have one player who is below 35% from 3 in that last series. It's Obi Toppin, who did shoot above 35%, by the way, versus the Cavs.
Like it is some bullshit going on.
Look, I will just put this out here. When the Cavs matched up with the Pacers, my homeboy, he's a Knicks fan, gave me a call and tried to warn me. He told me about everything that was going to happen. He was like, hey, man, Halliburton going to make some bullshit. Hey, man, there's going to be a game where Myles Turner doesn't miss. Hey, dude, this Nembhard thing doesn't end. And I was like, we're the better team. We get healthy. We're going to beat them. I called that man and was like, hey, bro, you was right about everything. And then, unfortunately, the Pacers turned around and did it back to him again. This is not normal what's going on with the Pacers, man.
Yeah,
Myles Turner has shot how many threes? 16 threes. The brother is 56% from 3 right now.
They got that devil magic, bro.
It's insane, bro. Neesmith is 44% from 3. He shot in 29 of them bitches. Like he's just putting them up and they going. Like,
it's like Adam said, it's Mike Tomlin's secret sauce. It really is. Like it feels like Steeler bullshit.
But the Steeler bullshit usually ends after the regular season. Like this is Mahomes level bullshit that they getting without Pat Mahomes. Like it's plot armor, honestly.
Like it might be the team of destiny. I don't know.
It feel like it. If bullshit's gonna happen, it's gonna happen for them for sure. Yeah, man. 29 threes for Aaron Neesmith in this series. He's shooting 45%.
8 of 9.
Like it's Nembhard still 52%. He's putting up 22 threes, bro.
Neesmith was 8 for 9.
Nembhard shot 29.1% from 3 during the season.
Yeah. I told you can't look at that, bro. I was like, you can't look at his regular season percentage. It's going to piss you off.
Bro, Benedict Mathurin, 41%. He's not even playing good.
Yeah. It's just going to piss you off, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense. What they're doing doesn't make sense.
6 guys in double figures on average for the Pacers. And, like, I'm going to be real with you. They were a much less effective team against the Knicks than they were against the Cavs.
Yeah.
The version that played the Cavs could beat fucking anybody. Like, they would have beat Oklahoma City in 6. Like, I will contend that we just ran into some bullshit. The fact that the Cavs almost got that shit to 6 games, shooting as poorly as they did, and then Indiana putting on the display that they did, it's almost remarkable, but it's really not. So, hey,
the worst part about the Cavs losing is that they were up significantly in multiple games that they lost.
You can make the argument that they probably could have won this series, right?
You can make the argument they should have won that series.
This is truly the unfortunate part about this. If the Cavs survived 2 games of Darius Garland being hurt better than if they just were able to survive those 2 games, we're talking about probably winning game 1, winning game 2 for sure, and then you win game 3 when everybody's back healthy. You're up 3-0. And let's be real. If the Cavs got to the Eastern Conference Finals to start shooting regular, they would have easily beaten the Knicks. And they're probably in the NBA Finals right now. And it's close. But the Pacers decided to shoot 60 from 3. And then fucked up all that. That's how thin the margins are in pro sports and how cruel it is. And there's no guarantee the Cavs get back to that.
No, there isn't. There's no guarantee they win 60 games again.
Mm-hmm. There's no guarantee it'll ever look like that again. There's no, because there was a lot of magic going on for the Cavs too. But the postseason magic,
three separate double-digit game winning streaks for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
3 of them. Yeah,
didn't get out the second round.
Look, legitimately, if the playoffs started right after the All-Star breaks, the Cavs would have probably swept their way to an NBA Finals. Like, nobody was beating that team in the playoffs. But hey, it didn't happen for them at the right time.
Poor Cavs, man.
That's the cruelty of sports. You just gotta pack that shit up and try again next year, bro. That's the cruelty. Is what it is. Wasn't really much you could do.
But if you want to send Jared Allen to the Lakers because you fed up, that's cool too.
Yeah, don't compound things. Don't have to watch Jared Allen win a final with Luka and be like, oh, I guess he can be a big on the finals team. Right? The least LA guy you ever seen win a championship with LA. We don't need that. we do not need to see that.
Piss off everybody I know when I come on the pod with that Jared Allen Lakers. Piss off everybody.
Darius Garland, you trade Darius Garland, you get eliminated the 5 seed, and the same people that were telling you that you need to trade all these fucking integral pieces to your team are now like, well, the only thing left is to fire the coach. We need to stop giving you platforms to talk, sir. Just be suggesting bullshit. Okay,
they need to stop giving you platforms to talk, sir.
What is this? What is this? Because everybody who suggested to trade Darius Garland, if they trade him and don't work out, they not gonna be like, my bad. I was wrong. No, they're gonna be like, it's Kenny Atkinson's fault. He can't make it work with a worse point guard than Jalen Suggs.
Oh man.
Goodness gracious. Hey, just wasn't your year. That's the sick part. Hey, it's kind of like the LeBron Kobe finals. It just never happened. It's nobody's fault.
Listen, man, we wanted it. It just didn't happen.
It wasn't in the cards. Okay. Every time it came close, it felt like God himself got into Rashad Lewis's jump shot and decided, no, it wasn't going to happen. Okay. That's what that shit felt like watching the Pacers play the Cavs. I'm like, God don't want us to go to the finals this year, dog. When we blew game 2, I was like, I don't think God want this to happen. I was like, hey, bro.
You said you know a sign when you see it.
It felt like divine intervention, man. Like, I've been watching divine intervention smack the Browns for the last 3 years. Because don't it feel the same exact way? Did you not feel watching the Cavs in the playoffs like you did watching Deshaun Watson play quarterback? Where you like, God said no. Okay.
It's like, we're getting punished for sure.
A little speck of momentum pops up, stomp that shit out.
It's like, yeah, like he proving a point. No lie.
Achilles tears.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
He is sending a very stern message right now.
I think we should listen. We thought this was our year. God said, nah, Pacers. Okay.
Like, fair. That's fair.
Yep. all of Donovan Mitchell's 3-point shooting will be transferred to Andrew Nemhart. Like, think about it. Darius's big toe was not supposed to keep him out that long. But they what the medical staff said, for whatever reason, the toe did not heal in the way that we expected. What the fuck does that sound like to you, man? Like, literally everything that needed to happen to the Cavs in order for the Pacers to win in that series happened. Every single thing, bro. Like, controllable things and uncontrollable things. It was just like, hey, bro, it was not going to happen.
Wasn't your time, man. It is what it is.
Hey, I hope it's your time next year. And look, you might have a pretty underwhelming 55-win season, and then Evan Mobley blows up in the playoffs, and it's all of a sudden your year. We thought the Knicks were in for a pretty disappointing year.
Until the conference finals.
Hey, it's gonna be a long fucking ride, y'all. Okay. I think we too used to how easy these rides were with LeBron. We just think it's easy to get to the finals. It's easy when Bron's on the team.
Like, 64 wins.
Yep.
In 5 games in the second round. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
This season has made me appreciate so many things, but if it's made me appreciate anything, I'm like, God damn, Bron was the greatest I've ever seen in my life. Like, cause shit like this would happen to Bron and it wouldn't matter. Like, God had no say in the matter. No say. God tried to get him out a couple times, man, and he was like, no. Okay. Game 6 versus the Celtics wasn't Bron versus Boston. It was Bron versus God. Okay. And Bron won.
The most blasphemous conversations ever. Ooh, forgive me, Lord.
Bron went toe to toe and got 40 on his ass. Went back up there like I tried. Rajon Rondo was making threes and everything. I don't know what happened. He just turned into something else.
Let me tell you something. The next time there's a thunderstorm, you need to stay inside.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Nah, because I know he understands that this is exactly what happened. Okay, like,
you need to be extremely careful.
But nah, like, in all seriousness, Bron did overcome some crazy odds. Okay, like when Jordan had to battle the flu, but he never had to pass the ball to fucking Mo Williams. Okay, like,
there's so many better examples you could have pulled out.
Boobie Gibson,
Anthony Parker.
That's it. That's it right there.
Damon Jones.
Damon fucking Jones. Yeah. Let me see what Michael Jordan doing with Larry Hughes as his number 2. Okay, like whose modern day equivalent might be Jalen Suggs. Like, y'all trying to bring back Larry Hughes?
Man, let me look up Larry Hughes.
He had that Jason, 1 year.
Jason Tatum's uncle.
That's Jason Tatum's uncle?
Yes, it is.
That's crazy. Maybe that's why I don't like Jason Tatum. I could just smell the Larry Hughes on him because there's no Cavs player I hated more than Larry Hughes.
Position, shooting guard, point guard, and small forward.
Shot 40% from the field career.
Yep.
God damn. His all-star year, the year when he really put it together, he shot 43% from the field.
He didn't make an all-star team.
Oh, yeah. That's the year he finished on an all-defensive team. 2004, 2000. That was his big breakout year. He had 22 points that year on 43% shooting.
Cooking.
Mm-hmm. In Cleveland, he shot sub 40 every year.
Yeah, Cleveland, it wasn't great.
That's all I'm saying. If we want to say Bron not the greatest of his era, I mean, if we want to say LeBron not the greatest of all time, I need to see Michael Jordan get to an NBA Finals with Larry Hughes as his second best player.
Man. Some of the dudes Bron had to play with, man. Larry played for 13 years. Good for him. Get that pension.
Man, fuck his pension. I was so mad at Larry Hughes.
That's crazy.
I don't honestly mean it. Obviously, I'm happy he has his pension. I don't really have any opinion on him having his pension. It's his money. I don't care. But the money wasn't the problem with Larry. Problem was LeBron had to score 25 or 25 points in the fourth quarter in overtime versus the Detroit Pistons for the Cavs to win and get past them. Where was Larry?
Hey, shout out to Damon Jones, also 11 years. 11 years in the league. Got that pension, man.
I'm happy about his pension. That's good.
Get that pension, dog.
Larry Hughes is Karis LeVert. Brother, Karis LeVert will look like Michael Jordan playing offense next to Larry Hughes. Like, Larry Hughes had no bag.
Man, David Jones.
We had Larry Hughes and still had to start Eric Snow. What were we doing, Mike Brown? I'm getting mad about
David Jones had a crazy year in Miami in 2004.
Was that the year he got was that the year LeBron did that thing to him?
It might have been, but bro, he shot 43% from three that year on 6 threes a game. He was cooking.
Mm-hmm. Did he do that in Cleveland? He was good in Cleveland, though. Hey, underrated, good Cleveland player, Danielle Marshall.
I'm about to say Danielle Marshall was cold.
Hey, I love Danielle Marshall. That was one of my favorite players.
Yeah, Danielle Marshall was cold.
Larry Hughes was like, we be acting like Darius Garland is Larry Hughes the way we talk about him.
Hold on, let me see what Danielle did. 15 years in the league, good for him. 12, 10, 14, 15.
45% the field goal shooter.
Yeah, Danielle wasn't bad, man. Like, Danielle wasn't bad at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, were we supposed to talk about OTAs?
Do we even have to talk about? Do we really?
Curtis,
have to
come on here and bring up OTAs. Is Curtis still here?
I don't know. Curtis left. He dipped out.
No, he's still in there. He just ain't got his video on.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no telling what Curtis doing over there.
Oh, okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
What you mean?
No, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna play this game with you, Cole.
What you mean? Just say, ain't no telling what he's doing right now.
Nah, you know how that sounded.
I have no idea. I have no idea what that man does.
No,
stop
making it sound mysterious. He's just not at his iPad.
Remember
we get it long enough, the comment section gonna be like, "Oh man, Kurt come up with all their theories." Then Curtis gonna get mad at these theories. No, stop it. Stop.
Remember when he popped up? And he had that big ass bottle of lotion.
See, Cole, you get mad.
I'm just saying that was funny, dog. I'm just saying that was funny.
Messy.
You can't give us layups like that. We are not mature enough to not take those. Do people want to talk about OTAs? It's OTAs. Like, do we?
What part of OTAs do we want to talk about? Have you been seeing people make a stink out of this whole Myles thing? I feel like we're used to it now.
Yeah, like Myles just not.
People get mad about Myles not being at OTAs are the same idiots that get mad at him about it every year, and then he almost wins Defensive Player of the Year.
That if you want him to be like vocal leader guy, he's just not that. Like, that's not who he is.
And like, let's be real about vocal leader guy. He is vocal leader guy for the defensive end room. But the vocal leader dude that's got it, like, is for it to hit the way people want it to hit, it can't come from an edge.
It got to be a quarterback.
It's got to either be the quarterback or maybe the Mike linebacker, right? Like somebody who's on the field all the time. But if it's your corner, your edge, it ain't going to be what y'all want it to be. And even like with linebacker, that don't really happen anymore. Like you got Roquan Smith still trying to make it happen. Fred Warner, but like more than likely it ain't gonna go down like that. Maybe Carson Swetzer develops into that guy, and that's all good. But you know, let's be real about it too. Do you really even fucking need that guy? I can name like a bunch of championship teams, didn't get that from anybody. Like who the fuck was hyping up the 2012 New York Giants on the sideline? It wasn't Eli. Like, does it matter?
I think it matters to a point, but I don't think it matters as much as people saying.
I think it only matters when you lose. Like, it's just one of those things people default to talking about when you lose. Oh, we didn't have enough energy. Some dude screaming on the sideline ain't going to develop that energy. The only thing that's going to get you energized to play football is being good at football. Like the vocal leader stuff, it honestly gets annoying when you ain't good. Think about how we treated Juan Thornhill.
Y'all nobody can stay at Juan Thornhill. Let's be real.
Hey, they stood him fine in Kansas City. Why? They was winning. You trying to be vocal leader guy. Hey, Jarvis Landry, that shit got less and less fun the closer and closer the Browns got to being 500.
Yeah,
like when you having the same amount of fun with Jarvis Landry in 2020 in 2021 that you were in 2020, or were you like, this shit annoying? Why are you saying that?
Very much. This shit annoying.
Yes, I built the culture, sir. We're 7-10. Like, I think that stuff's for like NFL mic'd up segments, selling the team, fanfare of it. But if you have a team full of guys, 22 guys who can play football at a really high level, and you have a really good quarterback, that's really what matters, right? It don't matter if you got somebody out there screaming in the pregame huddle. You can get somebody off the fucking practice squad to do that. There's tons of dudes willing to do that. It's a guy on every college team right now do that for their team. You can get a fucking coach to do that. That's what Joey Porter on the Steelers for.
Mm-hmm.
You just go out there and get these young boys hype. Like, that's it. We'll draft your son. Even though your son, they would draft him regardless. He's really good. But yeah. I don't really give a fuck about any of that. What's Myles about to do other than be bored at OTAs?
Be fucking up with what the quarterback's trying to do.
They trying to work on stuff. They don't want Myles there. Like, I think this is a mutually beneficial thing too. I don't think they want Myles there. They trying to work stuff with DeWan Jones. They trying to work stuff with all these other guys they have coming back from injury. You think they want them out here? All right, here's a rep with Myles. Like, blow all that confidence. Like, Dylan, we want you to just trust that you can make this window. Now we're going to put an all-pro player who's probably the best of his era to ever do it right in front of your face. By the way, he's 6'6". And he's longer than he is tall. Fun fact. Like, deal with that, Dylan. Hey, Shador, we know you had issues running away from Big 12 pass rushers. How about we immediately throw the best of all time at you? Like, damn, let him level up. Okay. Like, on Isaiah McGuire before we throw him Myles. Yeah. And by the way, if we draft a tackle, Myles don't need to practice until goddamn September. Okay. Do not need that young man's confidence being destroyed before the season.
Just eviscerated confidence before your first NFL game.
You gonna be in there. You gonna draft the tackle 6 overall, and that's what I feel like happened to Jed Wills. Jed was developing at a constant rate, and then Myles just 2021 Myles to 2022 Myles was such a gigantic leap. And right at that same time period, you saw Jed Wills lose all confidence. Why? Because he going up against that at practice every day, wondering if it's his fault. Jed Wills don't even want to play football no more. That's what practicing against Myles Garrett does. Every left tackle the Browns have had since we drafted Myles Garrett has just decided to quit football. Joe Thomas, Jed Wills, who's next? Who won to retire? DeJuan Jones?
Speaking of DeJuan, have heard he looks great. He is in great shape right now.
That's amazing. Awesome. Again, he don't need to see Myles until
I'm just saying, like they said that DeJuan is he is in shape, like he looks different than he did last year.
Look, and if he's in shape, he's gonna be a pretty good tackle for you. You know, and all of a sudden your left tackle problem is filled.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
That's the hope there, right? I imagine being Shedeur Sanders and going from like that little itty bitty left tackle he had at Colorado. You're like, all right, man, we don't even know if this guy's good. Here's the wad. We don't know that guy's good. What? You imagine Dylan Gabriel? He got tackles on both sides that are 6'7".
Yeah.
People are like, it's not that big of a difference from offensive linemen in the pros and NFL. Sir, you could be 5'10" and play guard in college. Not normal, but you could do it. Let me tell you something. You can't be 6'2" and play guard in the NFL for most teams.
You basically got to be center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dylan Gabriel gonna get there. Wyatt Teller gonna stand up and be like, damn, he taller than my tackle was.
Her Zach Zinter looks better too.
That's good. Yeah, I expect him to, right? Year of strength program and a full off-season program because he didn't have one last year coming off that injury at Michigan. So, yeah, hope he looks better too. We'll see. Pat's got to come on, right?
I was about to say, for linemen, you don't know until the pads come on.
Yeah, but I think there might be something to Myles Garrett is making our tackles question whether they want to play football still. Because, man, one is one, but two, and the brother is under 30. He like, nah, I ain't trying to play next year.
Yeah, the Jed thing is it is what it is at this point.
Like he just goes up against Myles every day and realizes he'll never be the best at his position. That's got to be hard.
What a pick, man. Jed Wills, what a pick.
Yeah. Everybody liked it at the time.
Yeah.
Everybody gave it an A. That's just what the draft is. There's no guarantees. Thing is, Jed was looking fine the first 2 years. Something happened.
Tristan Wirfs was right there.
Hey, to be fair, wasn't the layup people make it out to be. People had him projected as a guard. Like, hold on, I got to answer that real quick. But yeah, it wasn't the layup people wanted it to be.
Curtis, are you back? Or we got to keep making up stuff?
I'm back. Maintenance had to come to the apartment and fix something, and I had to make sure they get it fixed. So, yeah.
Okay, we ain't got to make up what you be doing when you'll be answering us.
No. I don't need to even I don't even need to ask. But it can be positive. It can be positive. There's no way it's positive. I know it's probably some bullshit, but, we move on.
What?
Nothing. Gave us nothing.
What I missed? What I missed?
I'm just like, we're not gonna speculate on what Curtis be doing when he don't be answering us. When we be like, Curtis,
he was probably on the phone with somebody. That's what I'm assuming.
No, he said maintenance popped in, so he had to handle that.
You said what?
Maintenance had to come by the apartment, had to fix something. So had to go
that's why I had to answer the door. Been trying to get my AC fixed for like a while. Must be something really wrong with it. What was you talking about? Oh, Myles Garrett, OTAs. Yeah, no, nobody
Did maintenance walk in? Did maintenance walk in when you was playing Cyberpunk again?
No, I just don't go do missions. I just do the contracts whenever that goes down. I ain't doing no cutscenes. No cutscenes, bro. I ain't taking the risk. And honestly, like, I don't even like playing it because, like, you just be walking around the map and then you just hear somebody moaning on the game and it's like, what the fuck is this? Why? It's a commercial from a television or something. I'm like, hey, bro, this game is so deprived. Like, depraved.
I'm about to say depraved.
Depraved?
It's just sex, man. It happens.
It's fine, but bro, like, I'm not. You need to like let that be a filter in the settings, right? Like, okay, you want to turn on horny mode, you can turn on horny mode, but I would like a considerably less horny experience, okay? Because that is the only thing. We can talk about Cyberpunk if we want to. But that is my only criticism. I'm like, hey man, this game is needlessly horny at times. Like, there's no reason for this. Like,
I would like a considerably less horny experience.
Yeah, like,
oh, somebody clip that, please.
I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here for that at all. Okay, like, what the fuck?
Oh man,
I understand it might be
that one.
people's jam, but no, don't tell people to clip that one. See, Kobe acting like our enemy at times. Right?
No, that's just a funny clip. It's like I wanted a considerably less horny.
Why you try to get that clip out there? Right. You and Curtis already colluded on that damn meme y'all tried to make. A meme on the goddamn treadmill.
Curtis be using that more than me.
Yeah, that is true. That's
one of Curtis's favorites.
That's one of Curtis's favorites.
Hey, man, that meme will go triple platinum one day. It's working on it. It's progress.
Man. Yeah, JP ever retweets that shit on Blue Sky, it's over with. JP got like 100 million followers on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
whole app follow this motherfucker. Okay, like,
and he got the Mitakai. He got the Mitakai's cosign. It was over with.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mitakai's the queen of that platform. She runs shit. Okay. She the president of Blue Sky, as far as I'm concerned. She be suggesting policy shit that be in the next update. Okay, like,
I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go back to the Twitter where I belong with the degenerates.
You do belong on Twitter. You know what I mean? You're a troublemaker, Cove. You're an online troublemaker.
It is what it is.
Kobe on there be like, it's not enough arguing on this app. Let's get this shit going. Let me put out trades for the cat.
I be bored sometimes, man. I'm just like, you know what we need?
We use social media for two different reasons. You interact with it. I'm just like, let me know what the fuck happened. All right, this is what the fuck happened. I'm out. Like, Kobe trying to set up, start shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, every time I log in, I was like, you know what we need? Discourse. And I just go from there.
We don't. I legit go to Blue Sky because there's way less discourse. Like,
Blue Sky is boring, man. It's just boring.
I'm not about to see no dumbass fucking prompt about. I missed out on the whole 100 guys versus a gorilla thing, and I was like, you know what? I missed nothing. Like,
oh no, you missed everything because it was hilarious.
Nah,
it was so funny.
I will find my laugh somewhere else. You know what's more funny than that prompt? I just rewatched the Boondocks. Like,
nah, you was missing out on the jokes.
I'm fine. I'll miss it out.
I need to laugh. I'm sorry. I need to laugh.
I'll miss out. Because right after that, people was arguing about 50-50 again. Like, I'm good, dog.
Oh, man.
Yep.
The amount of people who honestly believe 100 men can beat a silverback gorilla is barehanded. It's hilarious.
They ain't never watched Planet of the Apes. One watch of that series. Watch one movie of that series. You'd be like, oh no.
Nah, but when Scott Steiner started doing Steiner math to explain why it would work. I was like, this is why I can't leave Twitter. This is exactly why I can't leave.
You see the clip where they asked the Browns this, and Joe Bitonio did math.
No, we gotta find that clip.
He was like, all right, but if you actually think about it, I was like, Joe's 100% that guy who puts out a thread of like different calculations to explain why he thinks this could not happen. I'm like, that's why Joe's one of the greats. Like, yeah, it is something, but I do not miss it at all. You know what I mean?
Soul Train said now it's 1,000 people with baseball bats versus a T-Rex.
See, this is stupid now. What the fuck that baseball bat gonna do to a T-Rex? I don't even want to get into it. Like, I think I went on there and I saw a Mike tweet to somebody. I know you got your test handed to you with the grades handed face down, and I was like, okay, so that's where we at.
That's just normal. That's normal Twitter stuff.
Like, no, I'm saying like whatever he was responding to, and then when I found out what he was responding to was somebody had made it seem like this Corey dude on Twitter was a Browns OTA reporter to this Sanders TikToker. And he was like, oh, yeah, Corey was at camp telling me they like, man, Shador's going crazy. I'm like, oh, Lord, boy. Oh, Lord.
Wait, Corey who?
Corey Sukska, whatever his name is. Yeah, the man done fooled the Sanders Industrial Complex into thinking he was a sideline reporter. And the man said this shit on video.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, my man Corey be out there at the practices. He telling me, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh.
Yes. I was like, nope, need to leave. My faith in humanity is not high right now. I do not need it to get this low. I need to retain some hope. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, that's hilarious. Corey's.
If I remember correctly, this was the dude who would like come up with didn't he do the Martin Emerson meme or something like that, where he was like, yeah, he went into the Steelers locker room and told them to tighten their belt strap, buddy, or some shit like that. It was like a funny meme that was on Twitter like a year or two ago after the Browns beat the Steelers. I'm pretty sure whoever that is behind the Kevin Grant here account.
No. I know who's behind the Kevin Grant here account.
Oh. But either way, yeah, I saw that, and that made me be like, you know what? Never. I don't. No.
Nothing is funnier on Brown's Twitter than just a well-timed Kevin Grant here.
Like, because it starts as funny because so many people fell for it, and then I sit there and I think, my God, it took this little to make people really believe this information to the point to where they got mad at it. That's terrifying.
It's so funny to me.
We are somehow skeptical of every bit of information we hear, but so accepting of information that confirms our bias.
And it makes it so much better because I know who's sending the tweets out. And he'll be like, hey, watch this. God. And then he just sends it out and it works every time.
This makes me so hopeless.
I'm like, why do people believe? Like, there's no way people are going to believe this. And they believe it.
The term, there's no way people are gonna just like, I don't believe in that term anymore. Yeah.
Like, I can't believe. I'd be like, I can't believe people are falling for this. I can't believe people are falling for this.
Someone said, waiting for Q to crash out on Twitter about OTAs. I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth a crash out. Look, if you want to be stupid about OTAs, then let them be stupid about OTAs. I'm just like, I'm not even annoyed about how stupid people are being at OTAs. I'm just fully aware of how stupid this is going to get during the preseason.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be so much worse.
It's going to be hilarious.
And the thing is like, it wouldn't even matter if he looks good in the preseason or in the training camp period, because that guarantees nothing. But boy, is it going, the people who are like, yeah, it's only OTA, some of those people are going to convert to, look how good are you looking training camp, though, people. And I'm just like, bruh, we need to just let this motherfucker play some games and surprise us. Okay? Like, that's all we need to do. If it happened, it happened. You know? We don't got to force it. We going to force it, though.
100% gonna force it. 100%.
And if it don't work out, then we're gonna be furious at Shador Sanders. Like, and it's gonna be nasty on the timeline. I'm just like, bro, I could just see it all. Like, this is so unfortunate. And then you know what we gonna end with? A lifelong beef with Sanders fans. Like, that's the worst. That's what I feel like could happen, is that this whole thing goes out. Now we got a lifelong beef with everybody who loves everything that comes out of the Sanders family. And you can't argue with half of them people.
I ain't gonna argue with none of them people.
Let me tell you, some of them people come for football. Some of them people just be like, God has written it. I'm like, oh, ain't no convincing that person he's trash. Like,
one thing I will be doing on the timeline, though, I will absolutely be instigating. I'm not gonna argue, but I am going to instigate.
Your admiration of Kenny Smith makes more and more sense every hour we do this podcast. Top tier instigator. And this is also why I got to stay on Twitter. I'm friends with Colb. Like, so if I stay on Twitter long enough and I tweet enough on Twitter, Colb's going to see something and just start instigating. If I pop up with this timeline enough, he's gonna start instigating some shit. I'm like, all right, bro, let me not. Let me not.
The funny thing about Q is that he says, like, I'm not gonna do this, but if I get it, if I instigate at the right time, he gonna get mad.
Hey, bro, you can be aware of your faults, but that's why they're your faults. You can't control them sometimes. You're like, ah, shit. But I do respond to significantly less of Colb's bullshit than I did a year ago.
Hey, it used to be so easy to get Q to react to stuff.
There's some people that I'm good friends with in real life that I just can't follow on Twitter like anymore. Some of my homies where I'm like, hey, bro, nah, I can't see your tweets no more.
It's funny when you know that I'm fucking around, but it just be crazy.
Sometimes Colb be on the edge because I'm like, you've tweeted about this enough to where I'm like, I think you're serious. Like,
that's the beauty of it. It's hilarious.
It's kind of like Jokic's jump shot, right? Where everybody like, oh, this is what he does. This is how he catches you off guard. Yeah, it's one thing to be aware of how he catches you off guard. It's another thing to do anything about it. Like, the shit be working. He only got this one crossover. Yeah, but it worked. I've game planned Colb. I've scouted Colb. He got a good left to right. I'll be on there arguing with people with trash left to rights. Like, I'll be taking bait. Like, I used to be out there arguing with Robert Shenanigans, dog. That's why I was like, I need to take a step back because he's not even good at this.
Oh man. Hey, don't let the Cavs make a trade with the Lakers.
Maybe.
Don't let it happen.
It's not going to happen.
Man, for your sake, I hope not.
Nah, it's not going to happen. Who we going to trade for, man? Like, y'all don't got nothing we want.
That's never stopped us.
Hey, come on. At least y'all had Anthony Davis, and they wanted Anthony Davis. Y'all ain't got nothing we want.
Well, okay, let's see.
Hey, somebody made this joke. It's like, man, the Mavs would be awesome with Luka right now. And see, this is exactly why I'm just so against trading anybody this offseason, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, damn, the Cavs would be amazing if we had Darius Garland. Which feels like it's very possible. Like, we trade Darius Garland, get somebody to replace him, and then we spend all next year being like, man, all we need to do is get a true point guard. It's like, why the fuck we gonna do that? We just traded the last one. Like,
oh, Gabe Davis is on the Steelers now?
No, he's going to visit. They didn't sign him. I just looked it up.
let me tell you, that moves nothing for me.
Yeah, that's. I was talking to one of my homies who's a Steelers fan. I was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. This is the least talented team y'all have had in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure. Maybe like early when I was a kid, like when I was like super young. But outside of that,
Randall L teams might have been competitive.
But like this, it's easily the worst team Mike Tomlin.
90s Steelers were way worse, but I mean, we weren't really watching football.
We wasn't watching football then. Like, like this is the least talented team Mike Tomlin has ever had.
They still don't have their quarterback signed. Ain't it great to have like the good reputation Pittsburgh has had? They get to coast on that shit because, boy, if the Browns are doing some bullshit like Pittsburgh was at quarterback, we be on fucking First Take all the time. What are the Browns doing? They need to fire everybody. You're telling me their starters is not going to show up? We're just going to sign them? What if
I still think
somebody
they go
else
win? I still think they go win 9 games, but like,
man, is Aaron Rodgers? Is he still good at this point? And like, is he a guarantee to be? He's gonna be more washed. He's gonna be older.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
how much
until
better
I
is
see
he than Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson's like 6 years younger than him.
it really comes down to this. Until I see Mike Tomlin have a losing season, I'm just never gonna believe he's gonna have a losing season.
Here's the thing about that 500 thing. We all give Mike Tomlin the credit. It is my hot take. How much of that credit really goes to Chris Boswell? How many Boswell 50-yard field goals are they away from having a couple of under 500 seasons?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But it just don't happen. It don't just don't happen.
They got Bond.
If you want to say it's Mike and Chris, that's cool.
I feel like it's just the overall talent on the team, Chris. I don't think Mike could get hired by the fucking Arizona Cardinals win 6 games tomorrow. Like, do you think this streak can extend outside this current roster they have in Pittsburgh? Because the roster has something to do with it.
I think we'll probably never know.
This is like the worst Steelers roster they've had, and that's still not like an awful roster.
That's not terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they haven't had an under 500 roster. Like they've needed devil magic to stay over 500 with a decent roster. I feel like Mike Tomlin might be a little overrated. Like, if you brought Mike Tomlin to fucking Arizona or something like that, I feel like he wins 4 games, and all the mystique is gone about Mike Tomlin. Because also let's look at his playoff record the last 10 years.
Awful.
I mean, overall, the playoff record ain't that good.
He's 0 for how many years now?
What? 2017 was the last playoff run, right?
That was when Matt Moore was still in the league.
No, I think the last playoff win was. I don't think they've won a playoff game since 2016.
Was it 2016?
Yeah, it was against the Dolphins, and
was that
Matt Moore was the quarterback.
They beat Matt Moore. That was the last time. They be like so many of the big Mike Tomlin stats are just like he had Ben Roethlisberger for 10 years, and that's why he was better than most teams. Like the whole rookie quarterback thing, the Steelers haven't lost to a rookie quarterback. I'm like, yeah, Ben retires, that whole thing goes out the fucking window. They lost like 3 rookie quarterbacks in the last 4 years. I feel like Mike Tomlin, like he's a good coach and all, but he's just a coach. No coach about to make you go over 500. Kyle Shanahan can't even guarantee that. And Kyle Shanahan's a much better coach than Mike. I mean, Kyle Shanahan took some true mid at quarterback and turned it into like a starter. Like you can't explain to me success with Jimmy Garoppolo or Brock Purdy outside of Kyle Shanahan. Like if we really look at coaching jobs, what is the last really impressive Mike Tomlin coaching job? Like when has he just gotten so much out of a defense that wasn't that good? I would argue these defenses in the last 5 years of his career have underwhelmed. like TJ Watt got how many sacks in the last 5 years, and they've never been the best defense in football.
No.
Like,
funny enough,
Jim Schwartz had 2 seasons where he'd had the best defensive football.
I was about to say, like Jim Schwartz has had,
like
the Browns and the Ravens have had two way better defenses than the Steelers.
You could argue the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, they had a better defense than the Steelers with no stars.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time Mike done did some shit like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we really judging him like we judge other coaches. You gonna start looking around and be like, damn, like at least Kevin Stefanski took fucking Joe Flacco to the playoffs. Like what? And Deshaun Watson? Like what the fuck Mike done these last 10 years?
That's true.
I would argue getting to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph was kind of impressive. But that was offense. Like he's not in charge of that side of the ball. Well, he is in charge, but he's not running that side of the ball as intimately as he's running defense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, a lot of his mystique is like he's on a team that's just giving him above average rosters every year of his career. He want to impress me. Go win. Who got to win? Go win fucking 5 games in Tennessee. Okay? Hey, you want to impress me.
Oh, man.
Other than that, everything else Mike Tomlin has done has been really unimpressive. Like, what really separates him from Marvin Lewis in the last 10 years?
I can't just erase all the stuff he did before the last 8 years, though.
I mean, even if you look at some of the stuff he did, it's like, okay, yeah, it's pretty cool, but like, it's nothing Mike McCarthy ain't do. like, it's not even like that. It's not like in a fucking dynasty.
It says nothing Mike McCarthy ain't do.
It's not. It's really not.
Oh, shit.
Playoff runs, never got past Tom Brady, won Super Bowl. Same shit. Same shit. And you could argue Mike McCarthy had considerably less to work with than Pittsburgh did at the time.
That's hilarious.
Hey, man. Look, I hate to do this because, look, how many times does a brother get the benefit of the doubt?
Never. That's why we leave it alone. That's why we always leave it alone.
We're going to leave it alone. I'm not going to say this shit if I get it like on ESPN or anything like that. But when we having this conversation amongst us, we need to understand that brother overrated. Like, we can say it. They can't. Like, but he overrated. He's benefiting a lot from some stuff around him. The cracks are starting to show. And to an extent, he was bound to be overrated because, like, the shit that you will be saying about Mike Tomlin, there's just no way a coach can live up to it. It's kind of like Greg Popovich, where it's like, all right, y'all. Greg's a great coach. But guys, we are doing far too much with Greg Popovich here, dog. We out here. If we looked at the Steelers without that branding, without Mike Tomlin, we would look at them and be like, that's a 7-win team right there.
Here's what I said.
3 games with Mike Tomlin alone. That's kind of crazy.
Listen, man, the man is synonymous with winning seasons. It is what it is.
So was Bill Belichick. What happened to that? What's Tom with? Like, now he's out there with his lady running North Carolina, where coaches go to die. Okay, like Butch Davis, Mac Brown.
Hey, I don't like how you said it. I don't like how you said it in relation to Bill, because Bill is like significantly older.
What did they have dude who used to be at LSU over there recently? Les Miles? Was he over there?
I don't know. Curtis, was he?
I'm not sure. He might have.
Les Miles?
I think so.
No, he was at Kansas.
Okay, yeah.
That's where his sad second run was. But still, point still remains.
Oh, Lord.
When the last time North Carolina had a good coach? Okay. And also, how much does the fucking coach actually matter? And that's college football where it matters considerably more than the NFL. Like, your coach ain't stopping you from, your coach is not going to stop you from being trash if you trash. He's not going to coach you out of being trash. Andy Reid get a trash team. You know what Andy Reid record going to be? It's going to be trash. Like,
oh, Lord.
when Kyle Shanahan had trash teams, you know what his record looked like? Fucking shit. The coach ain't going to save you for that. What you about to do? Just sit out there and give speeches all the fucking time? Hey, look, I know we can't execute nothing in the playbook, but if we just go out there and try really hard, it's not about to fucking win you games in the NFL. This ain't Remember the Titans. This ain't the Little Giants. Like, if you suck, you suck. Like, what is Mike Tomlin doing out there to save them from going 500? Most of the time, Mike Tomlin out here doing some bullshit like punting when he shouldn't punt. They're doing this in spite of him. Like,
hey, bro, it's so easy to get Q started.
The worst season they had was when they got Big Ben. Was it that the Big Ben retirement year?
No, the worst season they've had since we've been alive was the season that led to them getting Ben Roethlisberger.
That's the bullshit about Pittsburgh. They will get a franchise quarterback with like the 14th pick in the draft.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Dumb shit like that. That's why I hate them.
Yeah. That's why I need them to win. That's why I need them to win 10 games.
Ain't no Coach Carter's out here, dog. We joke, but there are people who seriously interact with sports that think that, like, if you just get Samuel L. Jackson on the sideline yelling at these motherfuckers, it's going to change the season.
It's not.
Curtis, Curtis, I don't know if you've ever been on a bad football team, but from my experiences here,
I've been on plenty of bad football teams. No, I've been on plenty of bad football teams.
Ain't no screaming going to save you. You just kind of tune it out.
I think when I was in college, because I think one game we were just getting destroyed, and I went to the locker room at halftime. I just sat down. The coaches were just yelling. I'm like, "Hey, man, they can yell all we want. We still ass, man. It doesn't matter. Man, it doesn't matter."
YSU was down by like 20 points at halftime. And I was like, "Oh, I know Coach Bo is yelling at him." I got a Snapchat from the offensive lineman talking about a party we about to go to later that day.
Hey, that's what it was like in the locker room.
That's what happens. Like, all that yelling shit be going on. No, they not listening to none of that shit. They texting people what they about to do afterwards. They know, what you suck, you suck. Like, I'm dead serious. I know this is bullshit people believe, man.
I know you dead serious.
I remember thinking like they was going in to halftime, like Bo Pelini gonna yell at them. He gonna get them right. I got a Snapchat from him. I'm like, oh shit. Talking about I can't wait till the game over. Bro, you playing.
shit.
Yeah. God forbid. Hey, look, you know who that yellow shit really don't work for? The people not in the game. They just sitting there, they're like, I don't know why I can't get here right now. What's keeping me off the field?
No, that actually happened once. The only difference is that player said it out loud. The coach started going at him. I was like, I turned my head to the side. I was trying my hardest not to laugh.
This about the time I usually get to play, coach.
Oh man.
Somebody said the best coaching I've ever seen is Kevin Stefanski with Jacoby Brissett, dog, and that's why he's a two-time coach of the year. Look, Kevin Stefanski got coach of the year 2 times because coaches looked at what he did and was like, nah, that shit's hard to do. He won what, 4 games with Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah.
In the worst defense we have ever seen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, nah, dog, that's difficult. Okay.
Specifically, the worst defensive line we have ever seen.
Look, we have never seen Baker Mayfield play more disciplined football than he did in 2020. Like, the fact that he had us thinking we could have something with Deshaun Watson in 2023 is like, oh man, this dude could coach. Like,
and then Deshaun proved to all of us, like, oh no, he's so much worse than we thought.
and this is what I'm saying, dog. Kevin Stefanski is a legit 2-time coach of the year. It didn't fucking matter. Why? Because Deshaun is garbage. Okay, like, ain't no coaching that.
Hey, most underrated part of that entire Deshaun experience last year, he was garbage and the like worst quarterback in the NFL during the easiest part of the Browns schedule.
Yeah. DTR got thrown in there during the fucking worst play. Worst run. You want to see something amazing? It shocks me every time I look at it, right? But I love looking at it because it gives me perspective on just how little the Browns need to improve at quarterback in order to be significantly better than they were last year. We go by success rate. Browns were last in the league by a significant margin in pass game. But you want to know something else that's shocking? Will Levis was 45 out of 47 quarterbacks with 100 dropbacks last year. His success rate was 38.2.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bad, right? 4 percentage spots below him at 46 is Deshaun Watson, 34.6. About as bad as you could be. But there was somebody lower than him, significantly lower than him. Deshaun was at 34.6. DTR was at 33. 33%.
Where was Jameis?
28th at 44.4. That is what bad quarterback play is. Jameis Winston, like 44%. You want to know where Joe Flacco was last year?
What?
Again, keep in mind, Joe Flacco is not good. 47.4.
Oh man. Oh,
I'm starting to get comments from like the Deshaun Watson folks who are circling back to Cleveland because they think he's going to play this year, and they're going to be disappointed in a couple of weeks. But they've been like, "Oh man, you're dragging Deshaun. You know, it's bullying at this point." I'm like, I'm not dragging him simply because I'm stating the truth about what happened last year. Like, the reason I believe the Browns' offense will be significantly better is because he's not playing.
Oh man.
And there's significant evidence to prove that. Like, will be the case. You're talking about a 10% jump in success rate percentage. Just going from him to Jameis Winston. Kenny Pickett in 2023 had a 42.9 success percentage.
That's crazy, bro. That's like 10 percentage points.
That's 10 percentage points better than Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah, man, that's rough.
I'm not arguing that any of those quarterbacks are good. What I am arguing is that they are bad, and bad would be an upgrade to what we had last year. like a significant upgrade. You know how many more yards Jerry Jeudy would have had if he would have just had bad quarterback play? Think about it. Jerry Jeudy had a 53% success rate on all of his passes, targets, and he was dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know how good you had to be? Like,
that's what makes it crazy, bro. Like I've said this, like if they would have started Jameis from the beginning to the end of the season, they probably win what? 6 games? 6, 7?
I think I've done the math on this, right? So if you look at the points that the Browns were scoring on average with Jameis, or with Jameis, and then you take that to what the Browns scored, I think it's a difference that can make up, and like if you add that to the Browns point differential, it makes up for like 3 or 4 games. So it's like 4 wins right there off the bat. You probably would have gotten more than last season, which is 7. If you just add what Kirk Cousins did in Atlanta last year, and again, Kirk Cousins was not good in Atlanta last year. The Browns win 10 games off point differential. Like if that's how you factor it, the Browns would have had enough points to win 10 games last year. And that's not to factor in that, hey, man, you know those games where we allowed the defense to see the field 80 times? Yeah, it probably goes down to 60. We probably get 11. Like, I know the Browns had other problems last year, but if quarterback play was normal, they probably wouldn't have been that bad of a team. And this is why I argued that the Browns need to pick in the top 5 this year, because they're not going to get that chance again.
I'd say this. I'd say that they would
because they're not bad enough to be. They aren't like they're not going to get quarterback play that bad. They're going to be like at worst a 6-win team or 5.
Yeah, I can see them being a 5 or 6-win team,
and that's like if a lot goes wrong, right? Like I think they're probably going to be a really annoying 7 to 8 win team. Like a team that you look at on your schedule, like I don't really want to play them. Because like the Browns going to be really physical this year. They're going to be limited talent-wise. Quarterback's going to be what quarterback's going to be. But if it's just normal bad, they'll probably win like 7 games, maybe 8. If they get more than what they look like they're going to get at quarterback, then we could start talking about 500. But probably not. like if Shador steps up and becomes the guy, then yeah, maybe there's a chance. Now, Cole, this is what I think is the most hilarious scenario, which will end as Browns fans being internal enemies to Sanders fans. Shador has like a good season. The Browns still draft somebody because like Jacksonville gets like a top pick. And then the Browns go deuces after 2 years with Shador Sanders. Send that man to Arizona.
Listen, the Shador is good, but we trading him scenario is just going to be the most annoying thing in the world.
It's probably going like that's what I think is going to happen. Like Shador's going to be good enough to trade.
If
the
he
Browns
is,
are not going to settle.
Listen, if he is, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, because like let's be real, if Shador is like pretty decent, you like yeah, there might be something there. But Lenore Sellers look like Cam Newton. What you about to do?
Yeah, you got to do that.
Hey, bro, if K. Klubnik put together a Joe Burrow-like year this year, hey, thanks for holding it down, young Shador. We about to draft the whitest white dude and replace you with him. It's gonna be crazy. This shit gonna be all over First Take. Like people gonna compare the Baker Mayfield Deshaun thing too. Oh yeah, they're gonna run all the annoying narratives. But hey, I'm not gonna blame them.
Absolutely not gonna blame him.
Like, what the fuck you supposed to do? Because you know what you don't want to. You know what you don't want to say in 5 years. What if K. Club did become Joe Burrow and you out here with Tua? And you ain't take Joe Burrow because you had Tua.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. It's kind of bad,
bro. You gonna hate that man anyways, okay? Like,
you hate that man anyway.
You gotta go. So it's Drew Aller. If Drew Aller looked like fucking Andrew Luck this season, he will be number one, and the Browns will take him. Yes, like no, you can throw any prospect in there. If they look like Andrew Luck, Joe Burrow, or fucking Cam Newton, and the Browns got that pick, brother, we're using it. It don't matter what happened this year at quarterback. Okay, Shador can make the fucking Pro Bowl. Like, we be like, he gonna be a great bridge. One dude said, Geno Smith, if you get somebody who gives you an elite ceiling at quarterback, you gonna take it.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's gonna be hilarious.
Can't wait for training camp to start.
I just know this whole thing gonna end up with the Browns fans at odds with Sanders fans somehow. Like I could just
we've been here before.
Them to the pile of fan bases that we just actively have beef with. Baker stands, Odell stands.
It is what it is. Like it's nothing new. We've been here before.
That's the thing. I don't think they understand the Browns fans have been through this war so many times. They just be coming up, be like, "Hold on, dog. We will war with you."
We don't care. Like we don't care.
If he good, we gonna be behind him. But boy, man, y'all don't want to. Hey, look, if Shador don't look good and they keep him out there, hey, Sanders fans, y'all ain't gonna want to watch that. Y'all ain't gonna want to watch that.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Y'all ain't gonna want to listen to none of it because let me tell you something: Cleveland fans are not gonna spare your feelings.
Oh yeah, we gonna be on the pod going in.
Nah, it ain't. You ain't gotta worry about the pods, brother. We gonna boo like at the stadium.
Oh man.
Yeah, look. Andrew Berry is fully aware of this. They aren't that far from chanting fire Andrew. Okay.
It's close.
Hey. And the thing is, the brother's done a decent job. He's had some high profile misses.
Let me tell you something. Mason Graham better be good.
Hey. Or if you trade Shador end up being good, and the dude you draft don't end up being good,
it's over. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
But if I have learned one thing from Andrew, that man got balls of steel because some of the decisions he had made this offseason, I'm like, wow. So you're not even going to entertain trading Myles. Like, wow. Hey, trading number 2, even for the deal you got, hey, it takes balls.
Yeah, because every video I see of Travis, I'd be like, oh man.
Got a one-handed interception. I'm like, hey man.
I was like, I'm not gonna say it's a mistake, but I'm not feeling great about it.
You better know what you're doing.
I'm not feeling great about it, dog. I am not feeling great about it.
And meanwhile, you got the same fan base rooting for Shador that's also rooting for Travis. Like, nah. There's some combustible elements here.
Like I said,
again, another underrated element. He drafted Shador Sanders when clearly not a lot of GMs had the balls to do it. Like
Mason Graham and Quinshawn Judkins, and whoever you take next year better be good.
Honest to God, real talk, only 2 of them got to be good, right? Like, but or one of them got to be all pro. You get all pro, okay, give a fuck about the trade. Mason Graham's all pro. You really gonna care?
Nah, I'm not gonna care.
You're not gonna care. What did we give up for Denzel Ward? Does it matter?
No.
Have we ever thought about it? Curtis, do you even know what we gave up for Denzel Ward?
I'm not sure.
Deshaun Watson. That's what we gave up for Denzel Ward. Like, Nick Chubb, don't even remember it. Like, what was it, Brock?
Yeah, I think it was Brock Osweiler.
We ate the money on Brock. They cut him. Yeah, it was worth it. Like,
yeah.
If Quinshawn get 1,500 yards a year one, we not gonna give a fuck. Like, it takes very little for you to forget what you gave up in the draft for somebody. You think they thinking about any of that shit in Houston?
Nah.
They gave up 2 first-round picks. They not worried at all. If the show was good, we wouldn't be sitting here $230 million contract, 3 first-round picks. We'd be like, no, he good. But he not. So we care. Like,
oh man.
Mm-hmm. That's really what it is.
How many super chats we got?
We got
like about 10. We got about...
All right, let's run through them.
All right. First one's from Iceman. He says, "Yo, Colb, how far are you in One Piece?"
Same spot that I was last time I talked about it, because I accidentally started watching Fire Force. I'm rewatching Fire Force, and now I got to get through the rest of the second season and then the third season, and then I'll start watching One Piece. I also have to watch The Sopranos with my girlfriend, so got to figure that part out too.
You ain't got time to do no goddamn One Piece.
I'm gonna try my best. Try my best.
It at work. Like, it's the only way you gonna get through it.
Only way I'm gonna get through it. I got like 1,100 episodes to watch.
No shot.
I'm gonna do my best.
Long project, bro. You could watch an episode a day for fucking a year, and you be doing this shit for what, 3-4 years? That's a whole college experience.
No, you gotta like crank out like 10 episodes a day.
What, 20-minute episodes?
Yeah.
10? That's an
absurd 3 hours.
Part of your day. That's like what?
That's like 3 hours.
Episodes, 3 hours? That's crazy. You watching a whole One Piece movie every day? And how long you gotta do that shit for? A year? 2 years?
I think a year.
That's it can't be that good.
Everybody says it is.
They lying, bro. Like, this is one of them. Nah, they gotta be lying. I'll never find out. I'm
about to say there's only one way to find out.
I don't need to know the truth. Like, this truth's not that important to me. Like, we got the next question.
Yeah, this one is from Sonny. All right, Q, I never catch anything live, and I made sure to be here just for this. I was against anime all my life, but I watched one that changed my perspective. And Q put his head down. Watch Attack on Titan. I promise you'll get hooked like I did.
That's good advice, Sonny.
Attack on Titan. That's the one y'all want me to watch.
Yeah,
Attack on Titan is crazy.
Is that the GOAT?
It's cinema, man.
Cinema. Is that the GOAT?
It's not the GOAT. It's not the GOAT, but it's top tier.
Is that the normie GOAT?
The normie GOAT?
Like the GOAT for people who don't watch a ton of anime.
Nah, the normie GOAT's probably Naruto or Dragon Ball Z.
Too many episodes.
Just skip the filler episodes. You'll be all right.
I'm not downloading the fucking guide to do some shit I don't even want to do in the first place.
You don't even got to download it.
So you willing to
even want to do the work of watching the episode.
So you willing to play Cyberpunk, but you ain't willing to watch anime. Ain't that something?
What does that have to do with anime?
Hey, man.
No, you need to watch the Cyberpunk. You need to watch the Cyberpunk animes.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking I like the world of Cyberpunk. I might watch the anime. I did have to watch like a scene of the anime and like one of the side missions. I skipped it.
Why would you skip it? That's kind of
why did you skip it?
I was watching it for like 3 minutes, and I was like, man, kind of want this to end. So I skipped it. I hit B.
You shouldn't have skipped it. That's kind of important.
It was like a cop getting in a shootout.
Stop skipping cutscenes in video games, Q. You missing important shit. Stop doing it.
I'll catch it with context clues.
But what if you don't?
Tell you what that.
I'm pretty good with context.
Tell you that scene is about. I
feel like you're not.
What's the scene about?
It's basically a cyber psychosis incident because someone has a lot of upgrades on their body and he started going insane and he went off started killing missions,
right?
Something like those random missions that you get to do. You're dealing with cyber psychosis victims. So
I got that from the 3 minutes I skipped. He went crazy, right? decided to beat up a bunch of police officers, and then it was like, cyberpsychosis is the real thing. I'm like, okay, cool. So all the tech in you make you go fucking crazy. That's all I needed to know. Makes sense. Tracks. Put that many computers in you. Probably not good for your body. And then you can get the quick hack where you can make somebody have cyberpsychosis.
Yes, you can.
I got that at tier 5+. Like, I got the context I needed to. I'm good at context clues. I don't need y'all to tell me everything. Like,
I'm just imagining Q just trying to use quick hacks.
I'm like level 40. I'm like level 45 Netrunner.
I just know you were struggling with it.
Tree.
I know you were struggling with it at first.
No, it reminded me of Spider-Man. Like, it's basically the same game. Like,
not the same game at all.
They are. Tell me how they're different, gameplay wise.
I'm about to say the sex scenes for what?
Obviously, the content is much more mature, but like gameplay loop wise, it's a pretty similar loop. A lot of side content, maps you could clear, smaller objectives, skirmishes you can get into, side missions. Same loop. Like, it's just same loop. Skill trees that you could evolve, gadget trees to go along with that, different types of leveling up. Cyberpunk is way more complex than Spider-Man, but it's the same shit basically.
It's not. What's the next one?
It was very translatable for me. I'm like, oh, this is just like Spider-Man.
All right, next one is from Iceman again. After winning the championship, Sellers return home to wash dishes. That's my QB. Mendoza is my QB2 right now.
At the winning the championship? Like high school?
I guess that's what he's trying to imply. I'm not sure.
I don't want to drag somebody because they watched this. Look at if Francisco Mendoza looked like fucking Andrew Luck, sir. Fuck them dishes. We drafted that dude. Okay.
Have we settled on a nickname? A nickname for Mendoza?
Hey man, it'll come. If he start cooking during the season, he play in the Big Ten. Everybody gonna watch it. It'll come.
I got one in my head, but
we don't got to force it early. Let him earn it. Let him play, and have his play inspire a nickname. Whatever happened to that? You know what I mean? You're just supposed to watch him play, be like, damn, you like this. Oh shit, that's his nickname. L Train, he just like a fucking train coming down the court. Just let his play inspire the nickname.
I don't know, because like the fire nicknames that we come up with, we can't even say, like Tyrese Halliburton.
But that's inspired by his play. They call that man that because he a terrorist. Okay.
SGA got a
that you didn't feel like the Cavs season was being terrorized watching Tyrese out there.
SGA got a terrorist one too.
I mean, it's well deserved.
They gave him and Tyrese the most fire nicknames we've gotten in a while.
You just can't see them in polite society.
SGA's is ass bad.
Look, nothing we come up with in the preseason going to hit like it is during the season. You know what I mean? Like, just let the play inspire it. Just let the play inspire it.
Hold on, I gotta say you SGA's one. Because this one is crazy. Hold on.
All right, next one is from...
Y'all say I'm going to hell. It's just a different type of blasphemy. Okay, like, that's crazy.
It's fire.
But I got to be stopped from saying LeBron versus God. Okay. Let's go to the next super chat.
All right, this is from Isaiah. He's basically saying, can't pay DG $40 million and expect he missed time.
Can't play
these. It's hard to. It's hard to pay a guy that much money when he's injury prone because he's just kind of hamstrings what you're trying to do.
Yeah, but teams do all the time. Like, he is not that injury prone. Like, Kyrie get contracts all the fucking time. He's way more injury prone than Darius Garland.
I mean, yeah, Kyrie's also like older and things like that. So that's what it's like more
Kyrie was,
egregious.
like, a similar age to Darius Garland. Like, he was playing like 40 games a year.
Has he ever missed that much time?
He's missed a ton of time.
Let me see.
It was Stephen A. whole thing. The last 2 years he's been better, ironically, as he's gotten older. Well, now he tore his ACL, but it was at the end of the season.
So
yeah, he played 20 games in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the only time he's played 40 games or less. Wait, hold
in
on.
Brooklyn, all 3 seasons. Well, no, he played 54 games in Brooklyn. The high.
He's played 40 games or less twice.
He's done it 3 times. 2023 Brooklyn, he played 40 games. 21.
No, he played
in
2022 or 2023. He played 60 games, but he was on 2 different teams.
Oh, he was on 2 different teams. Okay.
Yeah, so he's played for less than 40 games twice.
Yeah.
one of them was the COVID year, which we know how that went.
We know how that went for Kyrie.
we know how that went for Kyrie. So
Darius has never played less than 40 games in the season, though. His low is 54.
Like, yeah, 54.
So, like, Darius is not that injury prone. Like, he's not injury prone in terms of he always gets major injuries. He's injury prone is like he has an inconvenient one pop up every once in a while.
It's like freak accidents at times.
He's more likely to have happen because he's small and he plays in a specific style that does lead to more accidents, right? Kyrie's was like, nah, he's breaking shit. Like, that's why Kyrie was out all the time. Or he wasn't trying to play. Which a lot of that Brooklyn stuff, he was not trying to play.
Oh, Kyrie had a 40-90 year. I did not know that.
Was that in Cleveland?
No, that's 2020. 2021 in Brooklyn.
COVID Kyrie was different. Is that what you said?
Man, 50-40-90, man.
That's why he didn't want to take the vaccine. He didn't want to fuck up his shooting splits. Like,
averaging 27. 27, 5, and 6. He was cooking.
We joke, but players have decided to not do stuff that would help them be better at basketball. Like, that are more egregious. Like, well, Paul George, he said he didn't lift weights because he was shooting for like 40% or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Like, why would I lift weights and fuck up my jump shot?
What's the next one?
All right, next one's from Ray Rags. He says, you can't trade away your all-star point guard and not get one back when you literally don't have a capable backup point guard. The offense literally works because of Garland.
By the way, an all-star point guard who was like really close to going 50-40-90 this year.
What was he like? It was like 47, 40, and 90 or something like that?
Yeah, 47, 40, and 89.
89, yeah.
Coming off of his best year for the floor ever. In his most efficient season.
Damn,
we just gonna trade him at 25? Like, he could get better.
It's not even that you're trying to trade him. You're trying to trade him for Jalen Suggs.
Bro, people would clown us for that shit.
Because it's stupid. You're trying to trade him from Jalen Suggs. Like,
I got people I fuck with advocating for this, or at least to take it seriously. And I'm like, y'all.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, think about it like this. Donovan Mitchell was the same age as Darius Garland when he got traded to Cleveland. And Donovan Mitchell has clearly gotten better in Cleveland. It's possible that at the same age, Darius Garland could take not a leap, but a step forward as a player. Like, it's not the craziest thing in the world for a player to get better once they turn 26.
It's not.
We almost got a term for it. What's it called? Is it like prime? Is that what it is? You call it prime? Yeah. Yeah, you know. So, like, I wouldn't trade Darius Garland right as he enters his prime for Jalen Suggs coming off of injury.
Jalen Suggs, bro. Suggs.
It's so nasty.
Like, you at least got to come up with a better player to get back than Jalen Suggs.
Brother, he had 8 win shares last year. It's crazy.
Man.
How did Darius not make the All-Star team this year? Did he?
He did make the All-Star team.
Okay, I'm about to say, because it didn't say it in the last tab on his basketball reference thing. I'm like, how the fuck did he not make the All-Star team?
Yeah, he made the All-Star team. He just wasn't all NBA.
Yeah. And it's funny because like Darius's down season, it's not great, but it's 18 on 44 and 37% from 3.
The year after he made the All-Star team the first time, he should have been an All-Star again, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, the year after where he basically replicated those same numbers.
Except he was more efficient.
Yeah, where he was a little bit more efficient. And then this year, he blew those numbers out the water with efficiency. You don't just trade that dude. Does it suck that you're paying somebody $40-something million and you can't rely on them to be healthy for the full extent of the playoffs? Yeah, but I mean, teams do that all the time. Kristaps Porzingis, Anthony Davis. There's plenty of players who are so good that you're like, hey, we just got to take a chance at them being healthy. It's the nature of the beast. These guys are rare. Like, at the end of the day, you're just not going to luck into another Darius Garland unless you got lottery picks, and we don't got lottery picks anytime soon. And even then, it's not a guarantee that you get Darius Garland.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Scoot. Scoot went 2 overall. He ain't shit like Darius Garland.
Scoot went 3 overall.
2? He went 3?
Third.
Oh, he was supposed to go 2 that year, but
Brandon Miller.
Oh, yeah. Was that Brandon Miller?
Yeah.
That was the Wemby year.
Yeah, Wemby, Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller was his own year, right?
No. Brandon Miller was in that draft. Brandon Miller went 2 in the Wemby draft.
For real? I thought that was a separate draft. Oh, no. Yeah, it was the Wemby draft. Oh, people didn't think Brandon Miller was going to go as early as he did because that whole controversy he had.
Yeah, if you're just talking about talent as a player, he absolutely where he was supposed to go.
Yeah. But even Brandon Miller, who's good. He just on Charlotte.
I'm about to say he on the Hornets. It is what it is.
Well, you know, he ain't Darius Garland, right? He's shooting 40% for the floor. Darius is shooting 47.
The Brandon Miller thing is like he on Charlotte though. I feel like if he was on a different team, it might be a different story.
Yeah, but also because you're on Charlotte, you get to score 21 points when you're shooting 40% for the floor. Because who gives a fuck if you shoot in Charlotte?
Yeah.
So he's probably like a 15-point a game guy in a real team. Probably 14, 15.
I think
he's going to be a 20-point per game guy eventually. But at this point of his career, it's probably like a 14, 15-point a game guy on the series team.
Brandon only played 27 games this year too.
Yeah. That's another thing. They're never healthy in Charlotte. And I don't know if that's because they're not healthy or because they don't give a fuck.
Could be a combination.
As long as they healthy enough to play that Xbox, dog, they seem like they just game over there. That is the all Call of Duty team right there.
His field goal percentage took a hit because he went from taking 6.7 threes a game to taking 11 threes a game, which is just way too many.
Which, again, good team, he's not going to take that many threes.
It's just way too many threes.
At this point of his career, he could probably do like 45% from the field at 15 points. I think that would be fair for him if he just had it reined in. It's just, you're going to be able to do what the fuck you want in Charlotte, which is probably better for his development. But, yeah, like if we look at the draft, how many players are better than Darius Garland that have been drafted since like 2022? Not a lot.
I'd have to look at all the drafts.
There's Vic. Vic definitely clears. And then, Vic eventually will clear. But if you ask me if I'd rather have Vic or Darius, I would trade for Vic knowing the upside there.
Let me see. You said
Nobody
this
from this last
2022?
Yeah.
You said 20, okay,
Who's
so
in
Paolo. So I'm looking
for
at Paolo.
sure.
Paolo, Chet.
Not Jabari Smith.
Not Jabari, not Keegan, not Jaden.
Not
Not Shaden.
Dyson.
Not
No.
not Dyson, even though Dyson
Not
did get a
Sochan.
lot better. Not Jeremy Sochan. No.
Not Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
It's a debate.
Jalen
Williams isn't asked to do as much as Darius is.
Let me see. Jalen Duran, no.
Mark Williams?
No.
Former Lakers center.
Former Lakers center. Okay.
Yeah, they were talking about like Marjon Beauchamp. Luke Travers,
Okay.
I forgot. Yeah.
Let's see, 23.
There's Vic.
Hey, Amen.
Nah, not over Darius.
Man, it might be close.
I can see the fit there in the future, but
Amen is
I
crazy.
want to do it right there. 6'7", 200. Like,
Amen is crazy.
that would be somebody you could argue like that. If you replaced the Jalen Suggs trade, it was like, no, I'm in Thompson for Darius Garland. Maybe I don't get outraged by that idea.
I would. I mean, he can't shoot at all, but he's crazy. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah, good facilitator, incredible defender, athletic beast. It was funny hearing Gilbert Arenas talk about how he regretted going to overtime elite, and I just don't know how that felt like a good idea at all.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there,
brother. You know where they play at?
No,
they play in Atlanta, across from Atlantic Station.
Oh,
yeah, not where I'm sending my child. Like, what?
Not where I'm sending my child is hilarious.
That's crazy.
Trying to see who else from this draft. Not Anthony Black, who everybody wants to get back in this trade.
Oh, is that what people want? Get Anthony Black back?
They need a point guard, so I would demand that he comes back. To be honest, he can't shoot it all either, though. Let's see.
Hey, ain't nobody else in this draft class.
I was about to say Grady. No. I thought Jaime Jaquez was gonna be crazy.
Yeah, he's on the bench crew for the night. We saw him when we were up by like 40.
Yeah, that's what happens when you mess with your coach's wife.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
Is that confirmed?
Well, ex-wife, I guess.
Okay, so it's not as egregious as what what was the dude name from LA? Andrew Bynum did the Mike Brown.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So like the point is Darius Garland's just like a rare. Right, you're not just gonna replace that.
Dang, I forgot Andrew Bynum did that.
While on injured reserve. Like you ain't even produced it.
That's tough.
I remember he was hooping a little bit when he first got here. And that ended abruptly.
That's crazy. That's kind of nuts.
I feel so bad for Mike Brown.
What the Google? Did it really go down like that?
Well, word on the street is.
Let me see.
We got the next super chat while Colb searches that up.
Yeah, next one is from Autistic Kid. The second I saw the Jim Irsay died from the Pacers Twitter, I knew they were the team of destiny. The Cavs were always going to lose.
Wait. Put that back up.
This one.
Jim Irsay died after the Cavs series versus the Pacers, didn't he?
I think. No, he died during the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Like midway.
What does he mean, die from the Pacers Twitter?
Like, I guess when they like tweeted it out, that's what he meant. That's what something like that. When they like tweeted out like he passed away, like
I don't know if that's what I would use.
I wouldn't say that either.
Yeah, because like Jim Irsay, not necessarily a let's win one for Jim type of like background, but I don't know. It's been too recently that he passed. I blame Rob 49. That's who I blame for all of this shit. He put what the Halliburton in, and that just put the devil magic on 10. We got the next one.
Yeah, Q.
Nope. Colb just found proof.
Yeah.
Q, you read the next one. I'm not doing that. Nope.
What is the next one? Is it
go get your view. No, put it on screen.
Colb, you read it.
Put it on screen. Go get your Via Joy toy and relax, man.
See, y'all, so we finding out who the people who actually go to the strip club and video games are. And I'm not going to ask you to reveal yourself, but I am going to ask you, what the fuck is wrong with you? You go in the video game and you go to the strip club and you spend virtual money on the sex workers on the video game. Son, is everything okay?
Yeah, we might have to put you in timeout just for that.
Hey, bro, what?
Well, we gotta put him in timeout.
Yeah.
All the things you could do.
I stand with you.
Internet.
I stand with you, Ray Rags. He said, "I'm enjoying the game to the fullest."
I don't.
I'm sitting here like, why did they feel the need to add booty shake physics into Grand Theft Auto 6? It's for y'all. Okay, that's what that's for. Some of y'all sick. Okay. That's crazy. You want me to just do that on my big screen in the living room? Like, that's just wild. Wild.
Who will know?
Look at me. What you mean? I'ma know. What you mean? I'ma know I do. Hey.
Nah, made this walking in on Q when the cutscene started still hilarious.
No. It happened after maintenance left, but right after maintenance left. Like, I didn't get caught. I was just saying, boy, it would have been something.
Man, what's the next one?
Nah, that's crazy.
Q, Cyberpunk literally starts with you getting the main job from a hooker, and you're surprised it has those commercials.
Okay, well, now what is it? Well, just because I get a job from a sex worker, that mean I got to see her at work? Like, that's not how that works.
Oh man.
See, y'all, I know who the people are whose timelines you can't scroll on when you at work. I know who you people are who use Twitter for that function. Okay. I saw people posting about that. I was like, I can't believe that's something people do. And I found out that's what the majority of people on Twitter are doing. That's crazy. That's crazy. No wonder Cole wanted to switch back. Wow, degenerates over here. You gotta look at your phone before you hand it to somebody.
Mike said, I thought Dennis being horny on May was bad, but going to strip clubs and video games is 1,000 times.
That's down bad, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like if you go to strip clubs in video games, I understand when the video game make you do it once, okay. But if you just chilling in the open world and you like, let's go to the strip club.
Have you ever seen GT5, like the GTA 5
Yes,
The people
I
who
see
do
role play, and I think there's
the
something
role
wrong
plays.
with everybody doing it. like,
I was about to say that's just what they do.
I think there's something wrong with everybody doing it. Aren't they paying like $100 a month to be on that server too with T Grizzly?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's something wrong. Okay. Hope you find your way. God damn, bro. What the fuck? Dude, this is like, there are things that back in the day you could not do a video game simply because people had less TVs, so you had to play your game in the family room. That people are just putting in video games now. I'm like, maybe we need to sell less televisions because the increase of screens just make people just like, all right, let's put the wildest shit on screen. We ain't got to worry about shame.
Hey, listen.
Back in the you ain't well, you were only child, Cole. But like when I played a game, everybody had to watch. Like, I couldn't imagine playing some of these games now.
Man, some of the things you can do in some of these games, you definitely don't want your grandmother to see.
Yeah. Like because I remember when GTA 5 came out, I was in college. People was like watching that and that had sex scenes in it. But I was like, okay, it's GTA. You kind of expect it. Cyberpunk 2077, I'm expecting an RPG element. Is there sex scenes in Witcher? Like,
yes.
There are? Goodness
yes.
gracious. It's like Game of Thrones. Y'all just be throwing shit in there. That's why I watch Game. Well, no, that's not why I watch Game of Thrones. But it is why I'm hesitant about anime, because I don't want that shit happening to me. Look, say what you want. When I rewatch Jamie Foxx show for the third time, I ain't gotta worry about none of that shit, man. Like,
yeah, when you watch anime, you definitely gotta you gotta be careful.
I like, we are making stuff for people who clearly don't ever interact with more than one person in the household. More and more. Like, because you ever just look around and think to yourself, what if somebody who didn't know me was watching me watch this?
I actually don't think about that, actually.
That's crazy. I think about that instinctually. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Like,
yeah, I've never thought about it.
Yeah, like sometimes I watch these shows. I'm like, this is made by people who have an extra key to their house. like, you have no fear of somebody walking in on you while you're watching this. Like,
none at all.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I grew up with siblings. Like,
that's why I'm glad I didn't. What's the next one?
I don't be watching anything on that big screen, boy.
Yeah, the next one's from Ray Rags. He says, I think we already discussed this. The Steelers found their wide receiver 2 in Gabe Davis. They didn't sign him. He's just sent for a visit. But the next one is from Like a Jimmer. I'll pay money for a good Q ran best show on YouTube.
Well, that's what this channel is.
Q ranting about things.
Old man yells at clouds.
Me instigating Q to yell about things.
You know, what you think about Cat scoring 20? What? Man, stop. But I do have an opinion on that. It's basically a low budget version of Inside the NBA. Like, put us on at halftime. Maybe we can become America's next trend. Like,
hey, what's the next one, Curtis?
Next one is from Ray Rags. Oh man, Colb, if you want to hear Q go on a rant, he went at someone in chat on the draft stream and told him, and I quote, "If you're on my Ken, did you really say that?"
I ain't say it like that. But I did tell somebody to get off my nuts because they were on my dick the whole stream.
Did you say you need to throw it
better? That's not how I talk. Okay.
I was about to say, is that what you said? Because that's crazy.
But I did get pissed off.
Oh man.
Ray Rags, what you out there in the streets telling people I'll be saying? Like,
I believe Ray. Ray don't be lying.
That's not exactly what I said. But I did tell somebody to get off my nuts.
All right, next one. This is from Like a Jimmer again. He
says, I did tell somebody to get off my nuts right after saying this is a family friendly stream.
I'm telling you, Ray Ray's gonna be lying, bro. Ray Ray's do not be lying.
But I didn't say throat it better. I didn't use those exact words. Okay. I will not lie. I was pissed. Like,
One Piece, both good and awful. Pacing is atrocious. You in for a grind. I know I'm in for a grind. The pacing is terrible. Pacing is definitely terrible, but the highs are high. I do know that.
I think the worst thing I forced myself to put myself through, because I'm like, I need to watch this to understand why people love it so much. I made myself watch all the Harry Potter movies.
I started watching them. They're not bad. Some are better than others.
I will say this, if we want to do Harry Potter movie rankings real quick. First one is good. The second one is all right. The third one is that Goblet of Fire. Let me just look at the fucking ranking.
I'm about to say, just look at the chronological list because I can't tell you.
I know there was one that I was like, I fucking hated that movie. Okay. There was one I was like, it's god awful. Okay. Prisoner of Azkaban. That was all right. The Goblet of Fire, I think that's the one that was fucking awful. There's one of these movies in there, and I remember watching somebody's review, and they're like, no, it's awful too. And I was like, okay, it's not my just me. But yeah, Goblet of Fire, I think it was Order of the Phoenix that I thought was boring, because Goblet of Fire is like the Triwizard Cup.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Azkaban was good.
Azkaban was good. I think it's 5. It's the one before the 2-part one. That one, I was like, this is fucking hot garbage. I like the last two. Last two were fire.
Azkaban is fire. Azkaban's fire.
I don't think any of them were fire to me. My favorite one was probably Prisoner of Azkaban. That one had me locked in. And I think that's why I was pissed at 4, because I was like, man, I find myself looking at my phone a lot. Like, man. I was like, I need to watch this movie to understand some of these folks who like this movie.
Somebody said Order of the Phoenix is amazing. I have to go back and watch.
Order of the Phoenix.
So that's the one that actually has the wizard fights.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, this might be a hot take. I don't find those wizard fights to be interesting. This is two dudes pointing sticks at each other.
Hold on, Ray said he found a timestamp of you going off on dude.
We don't need to play that. We don't need to play you don't need to play my most unhinged moments. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Ray says you not gonna question him.
Yeah, Cole, if you my friend, you're not gonna watch it.
He already sent me the link. Hold on.
No. You click on that link. You ain't gotta click on it.
Hold on, let's see this.
Don't play it on the stream.
You said don't play it on the stream?
Yeah, don't play it on the stream. I already got one stream demonetized because of it. I don't need to. It was not one of my problem moments. It was not. It was not one of my problem moments.
You will absolutely not question my integrity. Oh man. I will watch it in a second, Ray. I will watch it in a second. Let's see.
We'll watch it on stream. Q, do I like Star Wars? Yeah. I like Star Trek better. I got into Star Trek as an adult. Star Trek, I like that a lot more than Star Wars. And the new Star Wars movies ain't been good.
Hey, Q is hilarious because he think anime is some nerd shit that he would never watch, and I think Star Trek is some nerd shit I would never watch.
No, I understand. No,
it's just funny how that goes.
No, here's the thing. I am nerdy about sci-fi. That's where I've like, if I were anime, like my interest was never naturally in anime. It was like everything that would have made me an anime fan went into making me a sci-fi fan. That's why Cyberpunk I fuck with it. It's good sci-fi.
Would you watch a sci-fi anime?
Does it feel more like sci-fi than anime? I've watched animated science fiction.
It just depends on like. I'd have to think because I don't think you would be a Gundam. I don't think you will be a Gundam guy.
And the type of sci-fi anime produces is not my favorite sci-fi, to be fair. Like cyberpunk is not really like my favorite brand of sci-fi. I don't like the dystopia kind of vibe of it. I kind of like stuff that's more in line with like Star Trek or something else where it's like exploring other worlds and stuff like that. But
I'm surprised you've never gotten to Mass Effect.
Well, Mass Effect came out when I was in high school, and I just had too many people at the house to play Mass Effect, and also wasn't gonna get no single player game from my dad because it's like you get a game, everybody gotta be able to play it. Yeah, and it's a single player game, and I think it was only on Xbox for the longest.
I mean, it's been on PlayStation.
I remember being interested in Mass Effect, but it was an Xbox exclusive when it first came out, wasn't it? When did it come to PS5, PS3?
I think the first Mass Effect was Xbox only, and then by the time we got to Mass Effect 2, it was on PlayStation.
When did that come out?
A while ago.
Mass Effect 2. Let me see something. Okay, so the first Mass Effect came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Is Mass Effect 2?
Mass Effect 2 had to be it had to be 2009 then, I think.
I don't like joining shit when it's the second one.
No, you definitely have to play the first game.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Did it ever come out? Mass Effect on PS3?
It should have.
Okay, it came out. Mass Effect Trilogy came out on PS3.
Yeah, so you got all three.
Yeah, but I think it took a while for those games to come to PS3. And again, wasn't the kind of game I was ever going to get my hands on as a kid. I probably would have played it though, like if I was able to get it, but because I always was interested in Mass Effect. But now I know that the fourth game sucks. So
oh yeah, you can't really get into Andromeda.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But the first three, the trilogy is amazing. Amazing. But yeah, Dragon the Abandoner says, as far as like anime who are like sci-fi that you might like, Cowboy Bebop is the one that everybody watches, everybody loves, and then Outlaw Star.
Is Outlaw Star about a cop?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched it.
I ain't trying to watch no show with the cop.
Yeah, but Cowboy Bebop is probably the one that you would be into.
I might check it out one day.
But I'm pretty sure Outlaw Star is not a cop because outlaw, so he's probably committing crimes of some sort.
That's true.
But let's get to the last two.
Yeah, this one is from Ray Rags again. Q, you learned that in the story, man. You know if you didn't skip cutscenes, sir.
What are you talking about? What I learned?
Talk about Cyberpunk.
It has to do with Cyberpunk.
I'm saying, like, what are you talking about? I would have learned in Cyberpunk. Bro, they make sure you figure out this information because they give you something and then they summarize it. Like, there's so many. It's hard to miss the plot in Cyberpunk.
Oh, hey, the one before that. Did you do that? Did you get the side mission with the dude who got the implant? And you had to drive him.
Yeah, you got to drive him to the thing. That was funny.
That was hilarious.
He was like, I need to go. I believe he only sent you 5,000 eddies too.
Oh, he Dragon the Better like you had to go to the strip club.
Yeah,
you gotta go. Yeah, you have to go in there to do certain missions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't blame anybody for doing the strip club mission when they make you do it. I know they had the strip club mission in there. I think Johnny Silverhand goes to the strip club and then he started getting into it while this girl driving him and all this shit. I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm watching this one at 2:00 in the morning by myself. Like,
Yeah, nobody's gonna question anything they hear. It's 2 a.m.
yeah. Well, I had the headphones in.
You
I
had
want to
headphones
disturb my
in?
neighbors. Yeah, because I got like surround sound hooked up to my TV. This shit's loud.
Oh, you got headphones in. It's not even a
That's
big
what
deal.
I'm saying. But during the day, I'm not trying to play with headphones in. I'm trying to enjoy my surround sound system. Right? Like so it should be loud. I don't know what go into my neighbor apartment when I play that game during the day. Okay.
You're a grown ass man. It is what it is.
Hey man, I'm not trying to explain to the leasing office why I have a noise complaint. No, it's a video game. Those the kind of video games you play? No, it's a mainstream release. Nah, they ain't gonna believe me.
I'd be like, yeah. Do we have is there any other questions you need me to answer?
Every time I go in, need an extra key, mail or something, I'm the video game sex guy. Right? I ain't trying to be that guy. Spent my whole life trying not to be that guy. Like,
that's what's the funny thing about life, man. Sometimes you just end up being that guy.
I don't doubt it. There's probably a million perceptions of me that exist. But still, if I can control it.
Like Saman said, GTA 6 about to be so much wilder than Cyberpunk.
But that's the thing. I can say that somebody is Grand Theft Auto 6 and they're going to know exactly why that is what it is. Yeah, when it's a fucking half man, half robot, okay, on the screen, they're like, no, it's Cyberpunk 2077. It sounds so bad, okay? It's a game by CD Projekt Red. They won Game of the Year. It's like, there's no winning that conversation. Yeah, you might be right, but you still wrong. Like,
hey, we've been on here for 4 hours.
I know. I could have spent these last 4 hours clearing side missions in Cyberpunk. Instead, we out here talking about the unholiest of subject matter.
Meanwhile, as soon as we get off of here, you about to start playing the game again.
It's a good game. I can overlook those aspects of it. It ain't a deal breaker.
Oh man.
But yeah, I was like, damn man, what's the TVMA version of this? Like I saw stuff in that video game. I ain't never think I was like, what are they animating that now? That's crazy. Like, whoa. Hey. When did that become like allowable in the ESRB? Like,
Ray Raz, I promise you I'm going to listen to the stream as soon as we get off here.
Yeah. Like, didn't Grand Theft Auto get marked as adults only with San Andreas for far less suggestive things?
Mass Effect did too, I think, the first one.
Yeah, because you could see somebody naked in Mass Effect.
Yeah, you can have relationships.
Yeah, you could see far more. Okay. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you see everything in Cyberpunk.
Oh my God.
Like, whoa.
It's like, you know what it's like when you watch a show and it's a sex scene and you expecting it to be a regular sex scene and then you see Bush. You're like, whoa.
All right.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
No disclaimer. All right. One of them HBO shows. Now, HBO, you know what you're getting into when you watch an HBO show.
Yeah.
You're going to see something. Okay.
You're going to see a lot more than
nudity in The Wire for no reason.
No reason at all. Yeah. No reason at all.
They going to sneak some in. But it's like you watching the shit on ABC and then you see something, you go, what the fuck? Netflix, you never know what you're going to get from Netflix either. They have no standards. It could literally, is Euphoria like that?
Yes.
I think I've heard it's one of the more egregious.
Yeah, it's intense.
What about Power? Is Power one of them shows where you're going to see a bunch of stuff?
Not really. It's kind of, mostly just the women.
Just a straight titty or two.
Listen, Euphoria, you gonna see everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's weird too, because the US is usually a lot more like restrictive about that, but like violence, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
No, it's different.
Because like that was the difference in Japan. It's like Japan, they be having you see nudity all the time in Japanese media. It's pretty normal, but violence, they don't do that. Like, they more strict on that violent part.
Yeah.
The U.S. is getting like, hey, we don't care about the nudity or the violence.
Whatever sells.
We are depraved. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. We giving y'all enough. You've thoroughly been entertained. Have a good one. Colb, you got anything else to say?
Hey, shout out to everybody who watches us. Shout out to all of our subscribers, all of our supporters, everybody that follows us on Twitter and Blue Sky. And we love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Curtis, you got anything to get off your chest?
Shout out to y'all, man. That's all I got.
Wait, anybody piss you off on Twitter?
No.
Any arguments you've been getting into?
No, man, no.
No, Curtis been chilling because ain't really been no sport, so he can't get in no
How
argument.
Jalen Milroe looking, man? Y'all got hit. What's the stats of OTAs?
I have no idea. I haven't even paid attention to that, honestly.
Oh, you lacking. Well, you're not keeping track of his stats.
I'm not. I'd rather focus on training camp.
Oh yeah. What's Sam Darnold's stats looking like in training camp and OTAs?
Why are you doing this? Why?
Saw Joe Flacco threw an interception at practice today. Do we want to talk about it?
No, we don't.
All right. Let's making sure we got everything. Y'all have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.